Welcome into our Cover Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show here on Spring Hills Sports Live. I'm joined once again with another member of the Spring Hill Broncos coaching staff. Joining me this week is the head freshman coach, Coach Zachary Epps. Coach, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, Brendan, thanks for having me, man.
Let's start with that JC Harmon game, 74-0, a big win. From your perspective, what stood out the most about that game on Friday?
Oh man, I just love the way our football team is playing right now. I think you always want to be playing good football at the end of the season, and I think we're playing good football. But even more encouraging than the actual game, I think Friday night was our preparation during the week. And so got to see some of that as our freshman season was concluding, and we really are assimilating all our freshmen into the varsity level these next couple weeks. And so really getting to just observe the preparation leading into that game was a really positive thing, and hoping that we can continue that preparation as we head into this week.
And speaking on that, a lot of the younger guys got a lot of snaps on Friday. I mean, how did you feel they handled the execution and the preparation at a varsity level?
Well, one of the things we wanted to do this year at the freshman level was just get them a really good understanding of both the offense and defense. And I think Coach Ewing, he did our defense this year. He did an outstanding job of just really putting in our defense that those guys are going to run week in and week out next year. And then my role was kind of to put in a base offense. Now, I can't get as creative as Coach Bouchard at the freshman level. We're just not at that level. But in terms of the fundamentals, our base plays, they really have a good understanding and a good foundation. And so when they had their opportunity to get into that varsity action there, that they knew their job, they knew their role, they knew their assignment, alignment, and really they just picked up right where we left off at the freshman level, and was really proud of how they executed and able to put the ball in the end zone, and able to stop the offense for Harmon. So they did a great job, and that's what you want in a program. You want your younger guys to go in and be able to hold the line in a game like that, and they did that. So really proud of that group.
And you mentioned you and Coach Ewing, you both have had the front row seat to developing these freshmen. And what's been your biggest point of pride that you'd say seeing a group from August to now, and especially getting those moments on a Halloween?
Sure, sure. I think just the way the freshmen have come to work every day has been really encouraging. And we have this thing that we say over and over again at the freshman level, because at the freshman level, things can get rescheduled. Things, you never know exactly what your week is going to look like at the freshman level when you just think freshman high school football. And so you just got to stay ready. And one of our slogans was, "Hey, we compete against ourselves." We compete against ourselves, and they really have done that. And we had the luxury, we got 45 guys coming out, I think. And so we really have primarily offensive players and defensive players, and they've learned kind of one side of the ball. And with that, they've had the opportunity every single week to just compete really hard against themselves in practice. And I think that has really made them a strong group, just to be able to play football against each other and get a lot of reps and get really good at a position. And I'm just really excited about this group and the work ethic that they've established this season.
And how do you and the staff that Coach Bouchard put together on the varsity side work together to make sure that pipeline from freshmen to being able to play at the varsity level stays so strong?
Yeah, I think we've learned each other this year. So for the most part, this is Coach Bouchard's first year, and a lot of us, it's the first time we've ever coached together. But I think we all understand our role. And Coach Bouchard, from the very beginning of putting our coaching staff together, I mean, he had about a checklist of about 200 things, responsibilities that he wanted to divvy out throughout the year. And so we just have a really good understanding, I think, of our responsibilities and our role. to make the program function. And I think when you make a program function, you naturally get a pipeline. And so that's credit to coach for just being organized and getting us on a Zoom meeting, when he got started to get hired and started to get rolling with the Zoom meetings in the summer that we were really communicating on. So that's where that began, and I think that has paid dividends.
And kinda in that big win against Tarman, there's several underclassmen. I mean, several. I think it filled up the stat sheet for the most part when I looked back on it. Who really impressed you, and what did you see from that game that gives you confidence for the future?
Oh man, I first of all, just shout out to I'm gonna speak to the offensive guys, right? Just because those are the guys that I've coached. Defense did a great job, but I'll speak to the offensive guys. And you'll have to chat it up with Coach Ewing sometime to get those defensive shout outs. But I'll start off with just saying, man, the offensive line going in there, seeing a front, recognizing their assignments. They all stepped to the right place and they did a great job. And then we didn't have we were pretty much running the ball at that point in the game, but our receivers, Gavin and I think you had Bowen Callison out there. They always do such a good job. And just as the receiver, you always you want to get the ball thrown to you, but they're humble enough and hardworking enough to block in the run game, which I really appreciate. And then we have great backs. We got our quarterback Blaze, and Blaze has done a fantastic job this year of just ball control. And that's the first thing at the quarterback that you ask of a quarterback. Take care of the football. And Blaze did that when he went out there and he commanded the offense. And then we've got great backs with uh, Folk and Drummond and Bowen Callison. Again, he got a carry, and I think he got in the end zone. And so, just really proud of all those guys, and they just did a real nice job. And at the end of the day, it's assignment, alignment, and executing, and that's what they did. And so proud of them for doing that.
And, of course, you mentioned the receivers. You played the game yourself. You came out of Blue Valley West High School, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. Jags got a big upset against the Lancers of Shawnee Mission East. That must have given you a little sense of happiness there. And then you went to Tulsa to play a bit of football as well.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. I had the opportunity. Yeah, go ahead.
uh what part of your playing career most influences the way you coach right now?
Yeah, sure. Well, it was an honor to just play at Blue Valley West under Coach Scott Wright. He's just one of my favorite coaches of all time, and then to go play under Bill Blankenship at the University of Tulsa. And so I just think you carry so much of what your head coach pours into you. And specifically, Coach Blankenship, he always talked about being a three-dimensional player. And so when you think about football, it's X's and O's, and you got to be an athlete, but that's one third of really the game. And so when we talk about being a three-dimensional player, we talk about the physical, mental, and then the emotional or spiritual dimension of being a football player. And there's just this idea of how you do everything is how you do everything. And so uh, being a football player begins in the classroom. It begins with how you treat people in the community and how you treat your family and the kind of young man that you want to become. And I think those the mental and emotional and spiritual and physical and just coaching every dimension of the student athlete is really important. And I think that's how you become a high performer on the football field in life. And so that's really how I approach coaching. And I think that's how we've approached coaching our freshmen this year. And again, I think it's paying dividends, and those guys got a bright future aside for them.
And how do you translate those lessons from, your own experiences you just talked about into coaching high school athletes?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the really helpful things just about playing the sport is you kind of have a little bit of authority with the younger athletes. You want to have a humility about yourself, but being able to look these guys in the eyes and say, "Hey, hey, man, I've been there. I've run the routes, I've run the sprint, I've been in the weight room, I know what it's like to do 2-a-days, and you can do this, you're made for this, you got this, and, you kinda have a little bit of a moral authority to encourage the guys in that way, and I think that's a helpful thing that I lean into as a coach.
And you've talked before, and I've seen your stuff before. You organized one of the largest FCA you approached hey an FCA meeting at the high school field, which I think it's really phenomenal what you've done, and you've also instilled your faith into the program. And what kind of elements have you shaped the culture in that locker room as well, and also especially to other athletes and other sports as well?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So, Brennan, yeah, first and foremost, I'm a pastor. We're planting a church, Way Church in Spring Hill. And one of the things we want to do is we just want to be a part of the community. We don't want to be a church that just isolates, but we want to be a part of the community. But what I'll say is, I haven't done as much as these players have. And we do have a reflective moment before games, and I get to be a part of that. And that's something that every player chooses, and or they have the opportunity to elect into that. That's
Of
their
course.
freedom, that's their choice. But it's been really cool, to be able to, answer questions and talk about my own spiritual journey and be a part of something like, Fields of Faith FCA, which Don Heckert, the FCA rep in the area, did just such a marvelous job organizing that and putting that together. And I got to be a part of that, and I get to have influence as a coach. But I'll just say, one of the things, I do say to these guys over and over and over again is, hey, we care more about who you become than what you do. And what that means is, hey, you might have the greatest game on Friday night that you've ever had, or you might have the most boneheaded game you've ever had on Friday night. At the end of the day, we care about the young man you're becoming more than the results on the field. And, it might sound counterintuitive, but I think having that attitude as a coach actually, one, it loves kids right where they are, but two, you end up getting really high performance out of those kids. And so, yeah, it's an honor to just be involved in the program. When I signed up for this, it was like, hey, maybe I'll, make some friends, meet some people in the community. But man, it has just become one of my favorite things to do this fall, and I'm honored to be, just a small part of the Spring Hill, football program. We got great players, great coaches, great parents, and great sponsorships all throughout the community. And so, yeah, my church and me, we're just excited to be in the community, be in Spring Hill.
And let's take a look ahead this coming Friday against St. James, one of the top programs in the state out of Lenexa. And I know, of course, there's been a certain mindset, there's been a certain energy. I talked with Brooks and Jordan yesterday, actually, and there's a big energy in the locker room. There's a big excitement in the locker room to take on this challenge. But what's been the mindset and practice been like? I know you've done some prepping last week and this week as well. What's been the mindset as you prepare for this coming game?
Yeah, sure. I think, when you think about, first of all, man, St. James, what a great program. What a great team that we get to play Friday night. So just really excited, to have a great opponent like St. James. So can't speak highly enough of them. But when you think about our preparation for a team like this, it's just so exciting because these are the games that you want to play in. But I think our preparation, it begins this week. It began yesterday, it began this weekend as we really start putting things together. But more than anything, it began when we started the season. And so I think, like, when you think about this game, it's 10, it's all summer. It's 10 weeks of really learning how to work. And so now we're just really locked into our work. We're locked into getting the game plan on Monday and having hard work days on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then polishing things on Thursday. And I'm just so proud of how the guys have, bought into that process. So by the time Friday night comes, it's just about, meeting the opportunity with your preparation. And so I think, these guys have been preparing for this game all summer, all year, and I'm really excited to see how they play and how their preparation translates to the field on Friday.
And what are the things in talking with Brooks and Jordan, and especially some of the coaching staff as well, and kind of just small separate meetings? They said this is a assignment sound team that does not make very many mistakes. And from your perspective, what's going to be the key for this team to compete physically and mentally with a team that doesn't make very many mistakes and plays assignment sound football?
So I think we just have to match that, right? We have to match that, and we have to, every team that we will play, and once you get into this round of the playoffs, they're all assignment sound teams. So you don't get to the playoffs at this point without being assignment sound. And so, uh, we've got to be assignment sound. We've got to be alignment sound, and we've got to execute. And so just matching that level of excellence, and I know our guys are up for the challenge.
And what kind of tone are you trying to help set in your role for the guys, especially, the younger guys like Riley and Peyton, who, they're playing their first for playoff reps as well. And especially, some of the younger guys on the defensive side of the ball playing their first varsity reps in big playoff games like that. What's going to be that tone and helping them through that, big experience like that?
Oh yeah, I think I always tell the guys, "Hey, enjoy it." Especially those younger guys, man, you're a freshman right now, and there's this feeling, man, I get to do this for 4 more years, and but that 4 years goes by so fast, and you have to enjoy this game and cherish this game and be present in this game. And I think just being present in the moment is a way that they can honor the guys who, hey, they're on their last couple games here. And so enjoy the moment, be present, and as the freshman coach, I'm gonna come in and this week at practice try to give a tip here or there, but more than anything, I just want to be an encourager to our guys who are getting in the game, and just help them stay in a great headspace as we uh, navigate this journey.
And kind of my last thoughts for you. When you look back at this season so far, balancing, both the freshman development and the varsity roles as well, what's been the most rewarding for you personally?
Oh, I think, just getting to know the guys, really building the relationships, especially with the freshman players. I mean, we had a couple position groups come over to our house, hang out with my wife and my family, and Coach Ewing came over, and so we did a couple rounds of chili and cinnamon rolls and watching football in the evenings and building relationships and talking about life and football. So at the end of the day, I just think the relationships that you cultivate during the season are the best things, and I'm excited to continue to cultivate those relationships with the boys as they continue to develop in the program.
These boys have the opportunity to play this regional matchup here at home at the Shack, they like to call it. If you could send one message to the community and your players headed into this game, what would that be?
Oh man, I would just say, hey, come out, support. This is a great game for Spring Hill. And I think it's just an exciting thing for the community. I think the boys have represented the community in a great way. And so I would just encourage the community, come support this team. They know they're playing for more than just themselves. They're playing for Spring Hill, which is a pretty special place. You think about a community with one high school here, and playing big time 5A football. So I think it's exciting for a city. So come get out to the game, make some noise, and cheer this crew on. They've worked hard, and they're going to represent us well.
Certainly will be a big matchup this coming Friday. Coach, thanks for your time. Best of luck to you.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Brendan.
Here at Strody Orthodontics, we are a single doctor practice, which means that I am the only orthodontist here in the practice. I will be the one guiding you through your care journey. With our experienced staff, your appointments will be more efficient and more comfortable. We love treating kids as well as adults. We want you to be happy with your experience during orthodontic treatment as well as your smile at the end. I love when patients tell me that their smile has improved their confidence and their quality of life, because a smile is for a lifetime.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
First Auction Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is your home for the Broncos. Spring Hill Sports Live.
Plenty of time, loads up, lets it fly down the sideline. He wants Torres, he's got to come back, he makes the catch. Down, Jackson Torres. There's a chance for Spring Hill. Back set, Hill for Serpan.
A nice touch there, looking for Rainforth, and he's able to find the back of the net. A first touch volley. The substituted freshman, Odell.
Cano looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos on a 3rd down and 4 from the 5.
It's time for the Broncos on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics. Spring Hill Sports Live.
Nightfall looms in Spring Hill, Kansas. As it comes time to be November, only one thing is certain. It's playoff football here in Spring Hill, and we're set for a playoff matchup between the powerhouse of 5A, St. James Academy, the 6th seed, and the Broncos, the 3 seed in 5A East, as we welcome you to our coverage of Bronco football here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. Strode Orthodontics specializes in creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and the staff at Strode Orthodontics is experienced, highly trained orthodontic specialist with decades of combined experience. Locations in Spring Hill, Olathe, and Overland Park. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in tonight alongside my partner, Matt Jones, and behind the camera, Caden Carbajo. I'm Brendan Bolin. And Jonesy, we've got a matchup here. This is the first time that the Broncos have faced St. James in over 12 years. It'll be the first matchup in 12 years. Go back to 2013 when these two teams last faced off. When they're in 4A now, it's a 5A matchup, and it definitely means a lot more because you've got two juggernauts on the other side of the bracket waiting.
Yeah, November football is exciting. This is exactly where we want to be this time of year. Nice and cool out. Sun's already set, and we're ready for some playoff football.
We'll go straight into our pregame show presented by Cover Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Cover Designs is Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Learn more at coverdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. Now let's talk about the Broncos. It was a flawless 74-0 victory over J.C. Harmon. Pretty short game, but 11 different Broncos scored in that game.
Honestly, the game, the starters played almost the whole first quarter. So essentially, they got some rest. They got to focus on their upcoming opponent, which we assumed would be St. James last week, and we were correct. And our starters should be rested and raring to go.
And this young and experienced Broncos defense, I mean, they put on a clinic, 3 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles. They hardly allowed Harmon past midfield even. I mean, this is a team that had plenty of energy into this game, and they were ready for anything. And certainly against a team like Harmon, who plays against some quality opponents in the middle arc, they were ready, and they came ready and dominated.
Yeah, the Spring Hill defense they have lived and died by creating chaos all season long, and they've been very successful with it. It's a very unique defense. So it's something that St. James has only seen on film, and until you have actually seen number 11 for the Bronco defense barreling down at you, you just can't prepare for that.
Now let's talk about this St. James team. They come in 8-1, 5-1, and coming out of the Eastern Kansas League, they had a big 57-28 victory over Shawnee Heights. They had 640 yards of combined offense against the Thunderbirds. And when you talk about a team that can put up offense like that, I mean, I guess the UKC opponent, which the Broncos will see next year, and from then on, I mean, certainly you have to wonder, I mean, how good is this St. James team?
Well, I think this team is very good. Their only loss of the season is to St. Thomas Aquinas, and it was a pretty handy loss. So they lost by 4 touchdowns. But St. Thomas Aquinas is also the number 1 team in Class 5A. So that's a very good loss, I guess, if you're going to have a good loss. But St. James also, they have a win over Cape and the number 1 ranked team in 4A. So they're very, very good.
And they also escaped that win over St. Pius X in overtime.
That's right.
If you remember, 27-21, the score of that. And their defense caused nightmares for Aiden Scott and company. 4 sacks, 10 TFLs, 2 interceptions. And, I mean, it also didn't help that St. James, they had a turnover. They had an interception to start off, but their defense, they responded right back and forced a fumble to put themselves back in really good scoring position. And you don't want to do that if you're against this St. James defense. They are very good.
Yeah, we have to be clean. We have to be clean on both sides of the ball, but especially on offense. We can't make the mistakes of offsides penalties, false starts, turnovers. We have to be very, very protective of the ball, which is for any team this time of year.
And, of course, Coach Bouchard, the resume in the state of Missouri. Take a look at St. James's head coach, Tom Radke, in his 16th season with the Thunder. Was a former coach at Piper. Now he's in his 16th season at St. James. Almost 100 wins with the Thunder. It'll have to be next year when he gets win number 100, but he's currently at 95-70. But a 30-38 record against EKL opponents when they joined in 2016 to now. And Coach Radke, one of the big staples in the state of Kansas when it comes to football, and he's one of the guys you can consider a program builder, and he's done just that. And with the St. James Thunder, they don't rebuild, they reload, and that's what exactly they've done this year compared to last year.
They sure do, and that's kind of how St. James has been since Radke took over. And you know, they do. They reload. They've got depth. They've got talent below. They've got freshmen, sophomores, and juniors that are ready to step up and take on that role and do very, very well.
I mean, you look at last year, they finished 3-5 in regular season play. They went up to be 6-6 and lost in sub-state to St. Thomas Aquinas. But now they finished 7-1, already have won their Week 9 game, already going to be in regionals now, and they average about 25 points per game on teams. I mean, this is an incredible improved offense that has some depth, and leading the way is, of course, John Hornback, which we'll talk about him later on in our pregame show, but this offense is explosive. The one thing that definitely could have some question marks is they give up 23 points per game. They've let up 206 points this season, 23 points per game, but this is a team in the Thunder that you have no idea what kind of Thunder you're going to get until you start off this game.
I think you're right. We need to be able to obviously put points on the board, but I think we want to avoid a shootout. I think if we can keep them guessing on defense and have them make some mistakes, that's what's going to lead us to the victory tonight. We don't want to get in a 40-45 game.
We'll step aside here for just a brief moment. When we come back, I sat down with Jordan Miller and Brooks Beyer in an exclusive player interview that you don't want to miss. That's coming up next right here on our Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
Welcome into our Comfort Design Seating and Air Conditioning pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live for an exclusive interview with members of the Spring Hill High School Broncos football team. Joining me, senior quarterback Jordan Miller and junior defensive end and punter Brooks Byer. Gents, thanks for joining me. Glad to have you a part of our pregame show.
Sir, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Guys, I'll start off with kind of a question for both of you. This is a team that has fired off back-to-back 7-1 regular seasons, finishing top 2 in the conference and winning the Week 9 game. From your perspectives, go back to Week 1 against Bonner Springs to kind of now. What's been the growth like for the team that you've seen?
I would say we've really glued together, meshed really well. Everybody from seniors on down, because we even have a couple freshmen starting. We've all kind of come together and just become a true brotherhood and just played as just one team and one common goal in mind.
I think football-wise, we have a new offense and a new defense this year. I think the understanding of both, the X's and O's on both sides of the ball, what we're supposed to do and why we're doing it, I think that's helped us to a lot of success this year.
And Jordan, kind of hitting on that, as the senior and the returning starter this season under, Coach Bouchard, who came in for Coach Feedback. He came in with a pretty impressive resume, and you mentioned that you gave the initial tour with Duncan, if I'm not mistaken, on his visit. How has his arrival impacted your growth as a player and also a leader as well?
I think he feeds a certain level of confidence into not only me, but the team in general. He has a certain way of just telling us we're gonna do good, and we're gonna do our job to a certain level, and it's gonna be good enough to take us to the places we want to be. He kind of upped our standard a little bit from what we had in previous years on what he expects, and then it just kind of tinkled on down from the top to the bottom of the team, and everybody's kind of starting to understand what the true standard of our program is from here on out.
And then kind of hitting on that program, what's the biggest difference you've seen from last year to this year that you're like, wow, that's amazing how that happened?
I think it's a true belief that we have. It's not just anymore when we play bigger schools that, let's try to hang in here. Let's try to sneak away with one. It's people might think we're the underdog, but in our opinions, we're right up there with them. And not only do we want to win games, we want to blow games out of the water. So it's just a confidence and just belief that we can get the job done in an orderly fashion.
Brooks, I want to go to you. You know, as a junior, you've dominated the line of scrimmage. I know your new defensive line coach, Coach Shannon, and also talking with Coach Vaughn and Coach Jennings, they told me you're a hungry and motivated individual just thriving this new defense. And you mentioned that you have a better understanding of the defense. I mean, talk to me about your season so far and what you've liked.
I think this new defense has really opened it up for everyone. Especially the front six is what we have. Even when we blitz from the secondary, but everyone's flying around, getting there, getting back there, making great plays. Um, and then sometimes, a teammate will do something and you'll just be right there because we have more people back there than they do most of the time. So we're sending five and we're sending six. So I'll just get back there and teammate will help me out and I'll get a few tackles for loss, sacks a couple.
And the numbers that Coach Vaughn puts out week in and week out, I mean, the numbers just keep increasing. And I kind of want to go over those numbers and look at how phenomenal this defense has been. I mean, we're looking at plenty of tackles for loss.
I think it was 91. I looked
91, yeah.
91.
Yes. All right. Here's the stats: 36 sacks, 28 quarterback hurries, 91 TFL, as you mentioned, 12 interceptions. That were 4 of them were returned for touchdowns, 15 fumble recoveries, 2 of them returned for touchdowns, 4 blocked punts, 2 returned for touchdowns, 2 blocked field goals, and teams are averaging about 10 points a game on you guys. And 5 of those touchdowns that I mentioned are all from you, the third leading scorer on this team. And they describe this defense as the circus coming to town. Do you agree with that statement, or how would you describe the defense?
100%. In circus, it's like we have different aspects come from everywhere. Like just offense, you can't prepare for us. You can't scout us. Like you'll watch film and we'll have 40 different blitzes in and you'll just don't know. Like you can't go over all of them. So it's just wild, chaotic.
Any big moments this season that have made you feel like this defense has really gelled together the best?
I would say the first half of the Ottawa game, and then the whole Lewisburg game, and then Piper. I feel like we play really really well and like all one.
So you feel like the defense is playing the best right now. The best
Yeah,
ball
I
they're
feel like
playing
we're
right now.
I feel like we're hitting our stride right about now. That's the best time to hit it too.
And Jordan, I want to go to you on the offensive side of the ball. Nothing's changed offensively, but when talking with Coach Myers, he said kind of just the way that things are described is much different. What's been the best? What's been working well for this offense so far?
Well, I think we've kind of we've kind of hit our stride, kind of like Rick was saying around like Emporia, like week 6 or 7 that we played. We really started to find our groove and our true understanding of what everybody does on the field at a time. And I think for a ball carrier, because I run the ball quite a bit, Hank and Mason obviously run the ball quite a bit. If we know what every receiver's blocking is doing, we know what every offensive lineman's doing and what their key points to get at, it just makes our job a whole lot easier. And I think that's one of the reasons we've hit our stride so well towards the end of this year is because we've come to a complete understanding of the offense, not just our position, but everybody's position. That's led us down a better path of clearly offense because we're putting a lot of points on the board, as you can see. So everything just feels smooth and the understanding is really there.
Yeah, and you put 74 on JC Harmon, and I mean, half the game you guys weren't even in. So this is an offense that, from top to bottom, I mean, talking about the young guys, this is a team that's only improving. But, starting with, this is your second full year as the starting quarterback. And we've seen you grow from last season to now. And, Matt Jones and I always mention your confidence has improved. What do you feel personally like your biggest improvement has been from last year to this year in your senior year?
I feel like trusting my players, like my guys around me. I mean, we've all been working since we've came in here freshman year, and I feel like last year when I had the ball in my hands, I was trying to do stuff because the ball was in my hands and I was trying to make a play for myself. This year, we have dangerous athletes out there, and if we get them the ball in space, or if I'm running the ball, we have really good offensive linemen, and trying to trust them to make their blocks and letting me do my thing after that. It's a very difficult thing to have. And then, yeah, the confidence thing is probably my second thing because I had some confidence last year, but like I talked about earlier, Coach Bouchard just instills a whole different level of confidence into me that it's kind of unexplainable, but I hope you guys can see it from watching the games.
We always do. And I think, in talking with this coaching staff, there's a big confidence headed into this week's matchup. Let's talk about it. The St. James Academy Thunder. Uh, what have you guys seen on film so far? Mentioning both of you offensively and defensively. What have you seen from St. James Academy that stood out to you?
They play really hard. They're really assignment sound. They do everything right. They don't make any stupid penalties. They block for 4 to 6 seconds, go A to B. It's really assignment sound football. Do it 100%.
Yeah, I'd say that they do everything really, really well. Coach likes to mention they're a really well coached team, and you don't have success this many years in a row without that. Obviously, they have great players, but they're also very disciplined, and it's a matchup that I'm really excited to see how we test up against.
And this team, since joining 5A, they've not made it to a sectional game, but the energy from what I've seen, it feels like an upset's brewing. But what's going to be the main message in the locker room before a big statement game like this one?
We can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone in our locker room believes we can do it, and I don't know if everyone in Kansas believes we can do it, but all that really matters is what's in that locker room, and we believe we've put in probably more hours than every team in the state with all summer morning meetings, like film hours we've watched. We've worked hard at practice and all summer lifting. I feel like everyone in the locker room feels like we can come out with this game.
Yeah, I feel like the message I'm going to try to portray is that we're prepared, or maybe even overly prepared for this game. Everybody knows what their job is, and if we just execute our job to the best level, um, things are going to be really fun. I think the outcome's going to look really good for us.
And they have to endure the Bronco Nation Stadium. And I think that stadium is going to be filled to the brim, absolutely rocking. And, Jordan, you've been playing here for a while. Same with you, Brooks. What's it like playing in Bronco Stadium necessarily? I mean, the energy is always high. There's always somebody with noisemakers. I mean, it's a fun place to play it. And it certainly will be this Friday with a big game ahead.
I think it's a certain feeling. It all kind of starts when the student section starts filling up at 4:30 when we're going out there for warm-ups. It just shows the dedication they have, and then when we come out from the locker room and we walk underneath the bleachers, there's just a certain vibe that you get that the whole town's kind of there to watch you. You're not just playing for the boys next to you, but you're playing for a whole town that's supporting you. They may not even know who you are, but they're there because you're a Bronco. And I think that's what's really special about this town and this team in general, is that everybody shows up to watch you, and then when you do perform to that level, it gets rocking in there. So it's really fun.
Yeah, whole community comes out. You pack the shack is what we like to say.
Hmm.
Once the shack gets packed, they all get rowdy, especially when we're playing good. Um, we haven't lost any. We haven't lost there in 2 years. It's a great environment to play in. Um, especially when we're rocking. Score a touchdown, they play the fight song. Get a stop, everyone goes crazy. It's just really cool.
And before we close this thing out, is there any messages you have to Broncos fans that are going to listen and watch this interview today?
Just stay tuned. You never know when we're gonna pull something big out of the bag, and be ready for something cool to happen.
Yeah, go crazy. Go crazy. Support the Bronco Nation.
Jordan, Brooks, thanks for joining me tonight. Best of luck to you this Friday, and go Broncos.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on the individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
Back here on our Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live, and Broncos, the shack is getting packed here certainly, and you could see the long line of fans waiting to get in, and then there's already quite a section below us, and the fans are already rowdy here. So,
oh, it's great. I love it.
you're gonna pick up some of the football moms getting rowdy, which I mean, as they should.
They should. It's playoff football. It's November. They're having a good time. Everybody's smiling, and there's a lot of, it helps that the weather's not miserable outside. So,
again, this is the 5A regional matchup between the St. James Academy Thunder and the Spring Hill Broncos here from the shack. Let's take a look at our Elliott Insurance Group pre-game area matchups. Elliott has served area communities for decades. When you're out traveling to your next big matchup, be sure to look for an Elliott location near you. Learn more at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com, and the road to Emporia begins now. Regional playoff football. Let's take a look at the bracket top side. We'll start off with Baser against DeSoto. And Matt, Kind of want your predictions too on who do you think is going to win. Let's put a spin on this.
Well, I think my pick would be Baser Linwood. They beat DeSoto earlier this season. However, that's become a rivalry game. Those have been the top two teams in the UKC for the last few years. So I think it'll be a tight game, but I think Baser pulls away.
Let's take a look at Blue Valley North against Leavenworth. Leavenworth is definitely one of the favorites in this game. And talked to some of the people that work closely in the UKC. They like Leavenworth's odds, but you cannot sleep on the Blue Valley North, the Mustangs. They are quite a threat in the EKL.
I'm going to go with the upset here. I think Blue Valley North's culture changed once they had I think they kind of rallied around each other, rallied around the interim coaching staff, so I'm going to go with the Mustangs.
We got Aquinas and Mill Valley. According to Max Preps, this is the 7th biggest matchup in the entire United States. And for the right reasons, both these teams have ruled 5A. They've met in sub-state quite a lot. Even 4A, you go back to 5A too, they've met quite a lot. But this is one of the biggest matchups in the United States of America and in Kansas. And certainly they're going to face off tonight to play the winner of this game here.
And, those two teams count state championships not on their hand, but on their hands and their feet. They've got multiple state titles between both programs. But I think the buck stops for the Jaguars right here. I think the Aquinas is the best team in the state of Kansas at any level. And sorry to Andale fans out there, but I think the Saints get it done.
We'll kind of breeze through the west side. Great Bend will take on Bishop Carroll. That's going to be a good matchup. Great Bend is a phenomenal football team. Hutchinson, the Salt Hawks, will take on Hayes. Both teams are pretty consistent in the playoffs. Salina Central, where do they come from? They're going to take on Goddard, who they get a nice jump. And Salina South, how about the 14-seeded Salina South Panthers? They're going to take on Liberal. So this is quite a nice west side we're looking at here in 5A, but Great Bend seems to be the favorite to run away with that side of the bracket.
Well, and I think you look at that bracket, it's similar to the bottom side of our bracket. I think you got to look at Great Bend, Hayes, Bishop Carroll. Those teams are all pretty loaded. So I think your title contender will probably come out of the top side of that bracket, but good for the Salina schools. They had some huge success in the late 90s, early 2000s, but it's good to see them back in action.
Let's take a jump down to 4A. We'll start off with Eudora and Paola. That game streaming on Varsity Sports Live. Our Paola crew is at Johnson County, covering Johnson County Community College, a doubleheader there against Iowa Lakes Community College, the Lakers. In the women's run after just winning the national championship. Eudora against Paola. These two teams have already played in the regular season. The season finale, Eudora won this one handedly, and I assume it's probably going to be the same difference there.
I think they handle them again. It's at home for Eudora, and the Cardinals are well coached. Paola may put up a little bit of a fight at the beginning, but I see Eudora winning very comfortably.
Bishop Miege travels back to Tonganoxie. It seems like a tale's old this time. Bishop Miege and Tonganoxie are going to face off in the playoffs one way or another. I believe this is the third or fourth time in the last 5 or 6 years that these teams have played off. Actually, I'd say 5 times in the last 6 years because they had Aquinas one time in the playoffs. But these two teams are always facing off in 4A playoff football, and it's going to be a great one. But who's going to come out on top?
Well, my Frontier League heart really would like to see the Chieftains pull off the upset, but I just think the talent level is it's just too great right now. Tonganoxie's young, and that doesn't bode well against Miege.
Labette County, how about the Grizzlies? One of the powerhouses so far in 4A this year. They're going to take on a Blue Comet squad that's sneakily underrated, but you have to like your chances if you're Labette County.
You're right. Chanute has had a lot of success recently in football. They are not the Chanute that we've seen over the last decade. So I'm going to go for the Grizzlies on this one.
And I'd say it's kind of like the Tonganoxie scenario. This is a very young team right now. Not necessarily they're bad, but this is just a young team right now. And we'll take a look at the bottom side of the 4A bracket. Ottawa against Piper. That should be a good matchup. Ottawa's got Hayden Holback. How healthy is he? We've seen him. He looks pretty solid, but Piper, they're destined right now, and I think they want to get some wins back in the win column for sure. Who do you got?
I'm going with Ottawa in this one. I think they're on a mission now that Hull's back, and I think that is a huge, huge advantage for them. He is a good quarterback.
We'll jump back up to the 6A bracket. Actually, first, let's take a look at the other side. Capen against the defending Andover Central Jaguars. I mean, that's quite a matchup right there on the top side of the bracket.
Well, that's their version of Aquinas and Mill Valley. I think Andover Central lost a lot, though. Capen is really good. They almost beat St. James. That was a nail-biter game that came down to the end with St. James winning, but I'm going to go with the Crusaders on this one.
Wellington,
plus they let us practice at their facility in this off-season.
Yeah, Wellington takes on Rose Hill. The Rockets are already riding high. Their team is now going to the state championship in soccer tomorrow, actually, against the Baldwin Bulldogs. Shot that matchup out real quick. Mulvane takes on Augusta, and Wamego takes on Bueller. We'll take a look at the 6A bracket here. Olathe West taking on Olathe South.
That should be an interesting game. West has been on a roll, but they've been giving up a lot of points, and they've been in some shootouts. So we'll see if that actually comes back to bite them tonight, but I got to go with the Owls.
Olathe Northwest taking on Blue Valley West. The Jaguars pulled off a big upset against the Lancers, but this should be a tough matchup for the Blue Valley West Jaguars.
It should be. Northwest is peaking at the right time of year. They've got everybody healthy, and they've got some players that have not been able to even play this season that are back, so I'm going with the Ravens on this one.
Gardner Edgerton takes on Olathe North, and the Eagles look to be playing their best football right now, but you're playing the 6A powerhouse in Gardner Edgerton. I mean, it's going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah, both, again, that's two schools that have multiple state titles between them, but I got to go with the Trailblazers on this one.
Shawnee Mission Northwest, the Cougars taking on the Firebirds of Lawrence Free State. Both these teams, they've had kind of the downward trajectory towards the end of the year. More, I'd say, Free State than Northwest. Free State, of course, having a little rocky game against Lawrence High, but you have to look at this as an opportunity to beat one of the teams in 6A who look to be the favorites early on, but this will still be a really good matchup on the bottom side. Who do you got, Jonesy?
I'm going with the Cougars from Shawnee Mission Northwest. Ty Woodruff, their quarterback, is just he is just an animal on the wrestling mat and the football field.
Mays taking on Wichita East, and Mays' quarterback's already gotten looks at K-State. I mean, and the kid's really good.
Yeah, Mays has been dominant all year, and I just don't think the Aces have what it takes for this.
Manhattan will take on Wichita Southeast. This is the first time I've seen Southeast in the regional playoff game in quite some time.
And they're having a really good athletic season. They were in the state quarterfinals in soccer, or the state semifinals, but got to go with the Indians from Manhattan on this one.
And here's a really good 6A matchup. Wichita Northwest against Washburn Rural. Northwest has been on a tear this year, but Washburn Rural is, of course, Washburn Rural, so that'll be an interesting matchup to see how that goes, but I think you definitely might have the Grizzlies on this one.
I got the Grizzlies on this one. Even though Rural plays in the Centennial League, I think you got to go with the Grizzlies.
Now, finally, in the 6A bracket, Junction City taking on Derby.
I think you got to go with Junction City on this one, even though Derby's a state power. They've still dropped 3 games this year, but that'll be a toss-up, and, sometimes experience does matter. So, but we'll go with the Jays.
And we'll take a shout-out to the 3A matchup. Of course, our boss, BJ Harris, not here tonight. He is actually en route to Santa Fe Trail. Is on our partner channel, Gerard, taking on Santa Fe Trail. I mean, that's definitely going to be an interesting matchup for the Trojans of Gerard. As Santa Fe Trail, they had a phenomenal year this year in 3A. And who do you got in that one? That'll be quite a toss-up.
I'm going with the Trojans. Santa Fe Trail almost lost to a 2-win Perry Lecompton team who is in a very tough league, but I think the Trojans will get them.
That'll do it for our Elliott Insurance Group pregame area matchups. We'll step aside for just a matter of moments as out come the Bronco Marching Band playing their hearts out. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have more for you here on the pregame show. Don't go anywhere, folks. Coming up next.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
First Option Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
My name is Dr. Claire Strode. I'm the owner and orthodontist here at Strode Orthodontics. You may run into me out at the soccer fields or out on the baseball diamonds. The things that I love most about orthodontics are when patients tell me how much they enjoy their smile and how much more confidence they have after having their treatment. We love serving the families and people here in South Johnson County and also surrounding areas. And I look forward to serving you and your family.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
My name is Dr. Claire Strode. I'm the owner and orthodontist here at Strode Orthodontics. You may run into me out at the soccer fields or out on the baseball diamonds. The things that I love most about orthodontics are when patients tell me how much they enjoy their smile and how much more confidence they have after having their treatment. We love serving the families and people here in South Johnson County and also surrounding areas. And I look forward to serving you and your family.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, you can see just closing in on 6 minutes to play here in this one as out comes the Thunder of St. James, of course led by head coach Tom Radke. Broncos are in the tunnel, waiting to pop out. And out come the Spring Hill Broncos, and listen to this crowd.
The Shack's fired up.
It is a full Shack here tonight, and you've got the band, you've got the student section. I think almost every bleacher seat here is completely filled to the brim. I mean, you even look at St. James's side over there on the other side, and that's even a little bit packed too. And I mean, again, you talk about Mill Valley and St. Thomas Aquinas, but this right here, probably another one of the biggest matchups in the state of Kansas right here.
Oh, I'd agree. I think this is a great game. I think it's very notable, and I think it's two of the best teams on this side of the state that are facing off this early.
We'll real quickly hit on our keys to the game presented by the Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, reminding you to support our community and shop local. Keep up to date with Chamber events, visiting them online at springhillks.org or stop by the new office in downtown Spring Hill. And Jonesy, I know they talked about being disciplined and assignment sound. Brooks and Jordan did, but what do you think another key that's important to you would be?
Well, team-wide, offense, defense, special teams, I think we need to be able to overcome adversity. You're going to find adversity. St. James is going to score points. You know, they're going to stop us at points. We need to be able to just keep our heads up, keep the plan rolling, and keep the game plan advancing. Defensively, we got to keep them in front of us. We can't allow those big plays. We can't allow a 5-yard pass to turn into 50. We've got to keep them in front of us. They're going to be tall. They're going to be big. We need to gang tackle. We need to have a brotherhood out there on defense. Offensively, we just need to keep chugging along. We need to be disciplined. We can't make the silly mistakes, just like Brooks and Jordan said, but we've got to be diverse on offense. We've got to have Jordan Miller making those reads and just coming up clutch.
We'll take a look at the starting lineups, and we'll look at the captains so far on the field. Jordan Miller, Duncan Pinkham. You have Clayton Meek out there, Caden McKenna, Siler Stewart's out there, Brooks Byer, and Hank Kachaver, all the captains for the Broncos. And for St. James Academy, it'll be Alec Jett, Gavin Picola. Number 4, that's Billy Burns, and number 22, that is Cameron Sealing. So those are the captains for both teams. And our white hat today is Don Clark. 4 and 4 go to center field and greet each other. And of course, one player we're going to talk about for this Aquinas team is Corey Kirkner, who is a former Bronco himself. Now at St. James, I mean, I'm sure there's definitely going to be a lot of excitement to see him, but
no doubt. Yeah, that was unfortunate, but that's what happens. That's kind of athletics today, and those things happen, and we did the best we could with what we got, and good for him.
Of course, you can even go back to last year with Tyson Beshore, who was an honorable mention quarterback in the EKL for the St. James Thunder, and the biggest question of who would be taking over for Tyson Beshore, well, I think the Thunder have got themselves a really nice quarterback.
I think they've got it figured out, and he likes to throw it deep, but he also can nail those little short routes too.
1,000-yard passer and almost 500-yard rusher this season in John Hornback. They like to call him the Thunderback.
That's fair.
I'll take a look at the starting lineups for the Broncos offense. Duncan Pinkham, Brody Cox, Tucker Wingeter, Kevin Maddox, and Clayton Meek from left to right. And we'll get the official ruling from our official.
Won the toss. We'd like you to defer to the second half. Spring Hill will proceed. Gentlemen, good luck.
So there you have it right there. St. James won the toss. They elect to defer, so Broncos will start off with the ball. We'll take a look at the starting lineups. At quarterback, Jordan Miller. At the slot gadget, Mason Dotson. Hank Kachaver, the running back. At tight end, Riley McAvoy. Wide receiver, Keegan Folk, Cameron Wells, Eli Hedrick, Wyatt Gatlin. We've seen that medley of receivers.
We have, and the Broncos are definitely deep at receiver. That's for sure. They've got some athletes, and I think they got lots of little gadgets they can work with tonight.
St. James will run with a 4-3 front. Sam Charlton, Case Spencer, Andy Devers, and Andrew Maurer, the returning EKL honorable mention defensive end. At that right defensive end spot, at the linebacker spot, Brendan Jones, Brady Boydston, who's also a returning starter, Gavin Picola, also a returning starter for St. James. In the secondary, Carter Shakowski and Jonah Myers at cornerback. At free safety, Billy Burns, and at strong safety, it's Ryan Troyer.
Back deep for the Broncos with the kickoff. Number 4, Keegan Folk. Number 7,
Keegan Folk, Cameron Wells. Back deep along with Mason Dotson. Braden Stoker is back to kick off for the Thunder. One of 2 kickers they have on the roster. You also, for the Thunder, will see be James Ewing. That's their field goal specialist. Folks, It's another regional title matchup here in the Shack. Broncos and Thunder. Here we go. Kick is underway, and that'll go to the back of the end zone and rule the touchback. As Stoker delivers a touchback early on. And out comes Jordan Miller and the Broncos to start things off here. And Miller, it was a short time on the field for him. A perfect 2 of 2, 18 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. And he only had 1 carry for 2 yards. That was a touchdown as well. So this will be another big test and big game for Jordan Miller and the Broncos, facing a really good St. James Academy Thunder team.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how we come out, if we're going to be throwing the ball around a little bit or if we're going to stick to the run game.
Student section making some noise on the opposing side. 1st and 10 at the 20. Fake jet sweep. It's a keeper for Jordan Miller. Bounces to the outside and gets wrapped up at about the 25-yard line.
Love to see that on 1st down. Nice 4-yard gain. Now it opens our playbook a little bit for 2nd, 3rd down.
So it's officially a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6 for the Broncos at their own 24.
St. James team has allowed 23 points per game this season. 2nd and 4. It's another keeper for Jordan Miller, trying to break free. Gets to the 29-yard line and is just short of the mark.
Great second effort by Jordan Miller. Faked the handoff. Just worked his way upfield.
It's the free safety, Billy Burns, to make the stop. The 5'10", 163-pound senior. One of the big leaders for this St. James squad. Here's 3rd down and 1 from their own 29. Miller in the shotgun, just 1 back. He'll fake the keeper. Gets a keeper for Jordan Miller, and he's got a 1st down to the 40-yard line. Quickly wrapped up by Gavin Picola, and the Broncos move the chains on 3rd down.
And just that little pause froze the linebackers for Jordan Miller, allowing him to accelerate for the 1st down.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Out comes Cameron Wells from the sideline. So maybe Jordan Miller might go through the air here. It's been 3 straight quarterback keepers. It's been nothing but Jordan Miller running the show like he normally does. On 1st and 10, it's a give to Kachaver. Bounces to the outside, tripped up at the 45. And a big run for Hank Kachaver.
You know, by starting those 3 carries with Jordan Miller, now the St. James Thunder has to key on him. They have to put somebody on him because he's a threat to get positive yardage, and that opens the rest of their running game.
On the stop, it's Brady Boydston. 3 tackles last week against the Thunderbirds of Shawnee Heights. 6'3", 202 pounds is Boydston. One of the few returning starters on defense for St. James last year. 2nd down and 3 from their own 47. It's Miller, pitches it out to Dotson. Tries to bounce to the outside, but he'll be tackled behind the original line of scrimmage, and he'll be wrapped up there. Cameron Seeley on the stop there for St. James, and it's another 3rd down coming up.
Play took a little bit longer to develop, just enough for St. James to be able to make their reads. We're going to see now, how do we handle the University? We lost some yards. 3rd and manageable, still longer than we'd like.
3rd down and 5 from their own 45-yard line. Out comes Brooks Byer, and at tight end, off goes Riley McAvoy. They'll want to go with some extra beef up front. Byer's attached on the left side, Miller in the gun. Miller, he'll throw. It's a screen over the head of Byer, and incomplete.
And that was a tough play. Miller had defender right in his face, and he threw that little jump pass over. Lucky it wasn't intercepted.
And out comes the punting unit. So the Broncos will be forced to punt. Of course, Byer is back to punt. Didn't have any really punts last week.
No.
But
I did like that play call, though. I think that screen game's going to come back, and we're going to see it again.
And back deep for the Thunder is Billy Burns. And that one's blocked. It's blocked by Alec Jett, and he'll take it. Or sorry, that's Gavin Picola. And to the house goes the Thunder for the 1st touchdown.
And that's just Brooks Byer. He took too long with the ball. He took too many steps. He fumbled with the ball in his hands, and a good athlete's going to block that every time.
Gavin Picola read that to perfection and gets the block. That's the first time Spring Hill's been blocked on a punt this season, and St. James doesn't need to get their offense out to score.
And they probably saw that on film, that it just took too long to develop, so they only sent one person, and he was able to block it.
James Ewing on to kick the PAT. He was a perfect 7-7. Thomas Serrano, the long snapper. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is true. And St. James, a blocked punt going to the house for a touchdown. Gavin Piccola gets it done. The Thunder lead early, 7-0.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5360.
It's an interesting start here in Spring Hill. You see Brooks Byer intense on the sideline. It was a blocked punt, back for a touchdown. Gavin Piccola ran straight like a bullet out of a cannon. Got six the St. James Thunder needed to start off this game.
And, you got to go back to the difference in long snapper. Well, losing a senior, long snapper, a little bit slower to get back there, a little bit quicker access right through the middle.
Stoker to kick off again, and he sends this one all the way back to the end zone for another touchback. So 2 straight touchbacks for Stoker, who had 8 last week against the Thunderbirds. And back out comes Jordan Miller and company. Had a nice drive, took a couple minutes off the clock, but you got to put points on the board.
Yeah, we got to put points on the board. And we just got to stay the course. Stick to the game plan. There's no reason to panic. It's 7 points. Yeah. Our defense has done that to teams all season long, so it's just weathering the storm.
So out trots the Broncos here. 1st and 10 again from their own 20-yard line. Miller, it's a quick screen to Keegan Folk. Gets to the sideline. He'll be pushed at about the 26-yard line. It was Brady Boydston and Billy Burns, the 2 in coverage for the Thunder. Officially a gain of 6 on that one, 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, good play by the Broncos. St. James was a little bit slow to get to the perimeter there, and that's something that we could see again tonight.
And it's the outside that the Broncos have really dominated, and it might have to happen again. You saw them when Miller was able to bounce to the outside towards the sideline. It worked really well, got a few yards out of that. So here we go. 2nd and 4 from their own 26. Miller wants to throw. He's under some pressure, has to step up, and he'll take off himself. Why not? Jordan Miller, 1st down and more, barreling his way to the 45. Down at the 46. Jordan Miller, have yourself a night already.
And I love the quick decision making. He knew that his receivers weren't and he lowered his shoulder, and he got that extra yard. Officials talking about something potentially.
And there's a flag on the play. Hang on. It might be holding in the backfield again. Our white hat tonight is Don Clark.
During the run, holding defense.
Okay. Holding on the Thunder, and that's going to be a big elevated add-on to the run as well. The Broncos, of course, will take it, and they're in Thunder territory at the 44-yard line.
Well, how can the defense hold when the quarterback is running the ball? Well, they held one of the blockers, and he wasn't allowed to get Jordan Miller sprung even farther.
Again, thanks to Attic Storage of Spring Hill for our instant replays this season. On 1st and 10, Miller, he'll roll out on a bootleg. He'll take it himself again. Plenty of space out of bounds at the 39-yard line. And Jordan Miller again with plenty of room to run.
I think he's decided, I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to make it quick. If the ball needs to be in my hands, so be it.
And you look at it, and St. James went to a zone look almost, and he had plenty of room to go with that one.
Oh, he's had tons of turf in front of him. I mean, until they decide that they're going to spy Jordan Miller, this is what they're going to do.
Gain of 6 on the run from Jordan Miller. 2nd and 4 at the Thunder 38-yard line. Broncos will break the huddle. Brooks Spire is in. He'll go attached to the left side here. Miller, he'll drop back and throw. Plenty of time. Hill wants it down deep down the field across the middle. It's in for the touchdown. Cameron Wells. A big Broncos score on their second drive of offense. And the Broncos tack on 6.
And Wells, with just enough space, beating his man and Jordan Miller, throwing a dime for a huge touchdown to get the Broncos back in this game.
Plenty of time in the pockets. Has it downfield, just beat the man downfield, and Carter shot Kotsky. And Cameron Wells, who we've seen him be a huge factor in the air, tacks on 6 points here, pending the PAT. Aiden Odell's on to kick the extra point. He was 6 of 7 on PATs, no pun intended. I know you all saw last week's broadcast. Snap good, hold good. That kick is blocked. And the Thunder disrupt another special teams play, but the Broncos will get a score on offense. It's a 36-yard touchdown strike to Cameron Wells. The Broncos just trail by 1.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Jordan Miller said, wait till we pull something out of the bag here. And Curtis Myers, the offensive coordinator, dialed up a dime to Cameron Wells.
They sure did. That was masterful play calling. You know, just lulling him to sleep, thinking you're going to focus on the running game and Jordan Miller, and then boom, right over the top for the huge touchdown.
And, of course, it was zone coverage, probably most of that drive for St. James.
Right.
So out comes Aiden Odell. To kick this one off, it's Jake House and Connor Kaufman. We've also seen Will Buser back there as well. And it's an onside kick. Ball's on the ground. The Broncos say they have it. It's Bronco football. What are the odds? Caden McKenna all over that one, and the Broncos are back on offense.
And that ball literally just dribbled to the 10 yards, and a St. James front person had it, just bounced off his hands, and the Broncos were ready for it. And what a call.
And McKenna drilled whoever was supposed to grab that one, too.
Which, to point out, that is something you cannot do in the NFL anymore now with the new rules. So, but high school football, it is still alive and well. That's what makes this fun.
Broncos a new set of downs. 1st and 10. They're in St. James territory, which makes it even better. 46 yards to go. And Jordan Miller, who threw a dart downfield to Cameron Wells, who's back out on the near side of your screen. It's a gift to Kachaver. Breaks free of a few tackles, stumbling his way past the 40 to the 37-yard line is where he'll be marked.
And Kachaver doing the stuff he's done all year, he does not get tackled very often at the first point of contact.
He'll be brought down by number 25. That is Connor Kaufman. 2nd down and 2 yards to go. They'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Big gain of 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2. Miller in the shotgun with Kachaver to his left. Miller, it's a read option. Keeps it himself, stumbles his way to the 35 for the first down. Took a big hit as he was going. And Brady Boydston, the middle linebacker, had that one read, but it's a first down for the Broncos.
Miller hit the spin move right at the last second, kind of avoided taking a huge contact, but it was definitely a twister style hit. It's kind of scary watching him fling through the air.
1st and 10 at the 34. 2 receivers check in for Spring Hill. It's Eli Hedrick and Riley McAvoy as a tight end. Cameron Wells off. St. James will have two rushers on either side. Miller out of the gun. He'll give it off to Kachaver. Plenty of blocks. Gets to the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down at about the 31. Pickup of about 3 yards, 3 or 4. Second down and 7 to come up.
Love the pace and Kachaver having his hand out on his blocker, just waiting, just getting his nose just up the field for positive yardage.
Officially gain of 4. Mark him down at about the 31.5. Second and 6. Broncos have taken their time, and essentially that's kind of what you want to do. You don't want to give St. James a lot of time on offense. Their explosive offense can score in a hurry. Second and 6. It's a reverse play. It's a pass. Wells wants it downfield. He's got a man, and Dotson wide open to the end zone for the touchdown. And the Broncos roll into the bag of tricks again. And they're back in front for the first time tonight.
And you want to talk about wide open. St. James was trying to close. They were at least 20 to 25 yards away, and there was no chance in stopping that play. Great call by the Bronco coaching staff.
And they're going to go for 2 to go to a complete score here.
Well, giving them the up and downs, the kicking game, it's been hit and miss this season. So honestly, at this point, go with what you're good at.
Spring Hill, after the block punt for a touchdown, has fired back with 12 straight points pending this 2-point conversion here. So the Broncos will go for 2 here. Miller in the shotgun with Kachaver. And the Broncos will take a timeout to talk this one over. A big play. Cameron Wells to Mason Dotson to the end zone. And the Broncos have the lead for the first time tonight in the first quarter.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
The industry's most
into the bag of tricks the Broncos went. And they're going to go for 2 here. Jordan Miller goes to Coach Bashorn to talk things over. He's under center, 2 in the backfield. They're going to get the Thunder to jump here. They'll step back, and both will motion. It's just Miller in the backfield, in the shotgun by himself. Miller, it's a keeper, leaps in. It's good for 2. And the Broncos will take a 1-score lead, 14-7. And the Broncos offense is firing on all cylinders.
Gotta love it. The offensive line, a lot of credit to them. We've been talking about the skill players, but that's available and happening because of the offensive line's domination up to this point.
We'll step aside for just a brief moment. We'll go picture-in-picture with a word from our sponsor at Sonic.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, and be Aiden Odell to kick off here. Jake House is back deep. Will Buser also back deep, and Will Buser had quite a night for the Thunder last week. Had a rushing touchdown as well as a nice return game. So this possibly could be the first time we'll see the St. James offense on the field. And Odell will kick this off. And that is going to be returned inside the 10. Up the sideline is Will Buser. Makes a man miss. Past the 30. Stumbles forward to the 34-yard line. And out comes
John Hornbeck.
Well, we were saying at the break, other than Byer, the defense should be well rested. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. The defense hadn't stepped on the field yet.
And John Hornbeck for the Thunder. He ranks. He's one of the top passers in the state. He sits at 30th in the state in passing yards. Just over 1,000. Also 500 on the ground. And they call him the Thunderback for the reason. On first down, it's a quick screen. This is to Kirkner, and it's ran well. Brooks Byer getting home alongside Jake Weiss. And that's Corey Kirkner.
Got to feel at least a little bit good out there for those boys, but that's what we need to do all game. We got to keep them in front of us.
Again, let's go to our Attic Georgia Spring Hill replay here. Andrew Poland also getting home. 2nd and 7, gain of 3 from Kirkner. The Shack making some noise on 2nd down. Man in motion across. It's House. They'll get it to him on a jet sweep. Breaks to the outside, trying to hurdle his way. And they'll get to, they'll say the 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and just a yard to go for St. James. Nope, they'll back him up too. 3rd down and 3.
I think it was kind of deceiving the way he was in the air. He was actually going out of bounds. Looked like he had a little bit more forward progress, but official makes a good call watching down the line.
It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go. Hornbeck trying to dial the signals in. He gets the snap, he'll roll out. It's a pass. Here comes Benny Reagan, and Brooks Bear has to throw it away. It's incomplete. Dropped out of the hands of the last second. That was Preston Canzanieri, who is wide open on the short side, and it's 4th down. And I think they're going to send out the punting unit.
And Canzanieri, like you said, he was wide open, but he also had a Bronco barreling down on him. So you like to think that the coverage was there. Again, keeping the receivers in front of you, putting some pressure on the quarterback to have to make a play.
And they will, in fact, send out the punting unit. It's Brady Boydston. Had just one punt last week against Shawnee Heights. It went 48 yards.
Short.
Benny Reagan back to return. Here comes Byer. It's mishandled. Boydson still on his feet. He'll get pushed back to the 35. Kyle Stewart read it.
He broke 2 tackles, but he wasn't able to break the 3rd. And I wondered what was going on when he was only 6 yards behind the center. That's so close for a punt. He would.
And the Broncos will take over with just 36 yards to go. And the Shack is losing their minds. And you couldn't have asked for a better start if you're Spring Hill after having your own punt blocked for a touchdown. This time, the Broncos special teams gets home and gives their offense just 36 yards to work with.
Now, here's the key. You got to still stay calm. You got to still run your game plan. Control those emotions.
14-7, 4:02. It's a first down give to Kachaver. He'll try and push his way forward. The offensive line and defensive line at a standstill. And an extra throwaway there from Billy Burns.
He needs to be careful with that. Officials are going to start noticing that type of stuff. And Jordan Miller went flying in from about 7 yards away to push the pile.
Gain of 4 on the play from Kachaver. 2nd down and 6 from their own 32. Another big drive for the Bronco offense. Can they keep putting points on the board? They've already forced St. James to punt. 2nd and 6. Miller, it's a keeper to the outside. Makes a man miss on the perimeter. There goes Jordan Miller. Stayed on his feet towards the sideline. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. There's a flag on the play, though, in the backfield. I believe this is going to be coming backwards.
Great effort by Jordan Miller, but holding happens, especially to play like that where we're not really sure if he was going to actually be the ball carrier. Sometimes the linemen just don't really know where the quarterback's going with the ball.
2nd down coming up. It's a beautiful play. It's going to have to be backed up.
We'll mark him at the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 16 coming up for Spring Hill. At the Thunder 42-yard line. The St. James student section in the far distance of your screen. Here, in effect, making some noise. Miller on a bootleg. Pressure coming. Deep ball downfield into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Billy Burns.
And Miller probably got a little bit greedy on that one. He had some turf ahead of him. It's easy for me to say, hey, he probably should have ran it, but threw it into double coverage. Credit to St. James for making some changes defensively. They had it bracketed, had double coverage. That's a tough throw to make.
So Jordan Miller will throw an interception. And back out comes the Thunder offense, who have already been stopped once tonight. But it's going to be another big effort from the Broncos. First and 10 from their own 20. It's a pitch out to Jake House, and he'll be ripped down by Kyle Stewart. Excuse me, that was Brady Boydston. Or it was, well, it's Jake House, excuse me. Kyle Stewart on the tackle.
And you can see the Broncos punching at the ball. Not only are they trying to bring the ball carrier down, but they're punching, they're ripping, they're trying to get the turnovers that they've lived and died on all season.
2nd down and 7 from the Thunder 24 of their own. It's a keeper for Hornbeck. Brooks Byer in the backfield to make the sack. And it's 3rd down and long coming up for St. James.
And Byer came out of nowhere. Great stunt by the Bronco front line.
It's a loss of 2 yards. 3rd down and 9 coming up. From their own 21-yard line. 4 out wide for the Thunder. House in the backfield with Hornbeck. Hornbeck on a bootleg. Here comes Brooks Byer. Steps up, has to make the throw. It's complete. A big conversion there for the Thunder. It's Preston Canzaneri moving the chains for St. James, and they'll go tempo.
And tons of credit to Hornbeck. Under pressure, had his jersey in his hands, and he still completed the pass.
1st down and 10 for the Thunder. It's a give to House. Has a big crease up the middle, pushing his way forward. Mark him down at the 41-yard line.
Tempo was a great call by the St. James coaching staff. A defense that's always running like this. High-tempo defense. This keeps them on their heels.
And they'll continue to go tempo here. Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. Mason Harvey, who's back in this week. On 2nd down, Hornbeck on a rollout, complete to Canzaneri, but he'll be ripped down back to the 40-yard line. Benny Reagan, Jake Weiss. 2 of them in coverage. They'll give the tackle to Benny Reagan. 3rd down and 3 coming up. Don't say no gain on the play. Third down, and the Broncos are going to jump. And St. James will have another 1st down.
And that's Broncos have been guilty of that several times over the season. Again, aggressive defense. They're going to have some offsides penalties.
St. James, a new set of downs at their own 46-yard line.
St. James, 46, 1st and 10 Thunder.
And the Thunder picked up 2 first downs here on this drive. Hornbeck the snap. It's a give to House again, and he's only going to get to about the 49 before he's taken down backwards. Kyle Stewart was in the mix. Also Braden Bell, but they'll give the tackle to Braden Bell.
Pretty good surge by the St. James offensive line. Second-level linebackers did a great job filling their gaps.
And the whistle blows, and we're through 1 here at the Shack. The Broncos, a big 14-point explosion in the first quarter. The Thunder just trail by a score as we head to quarter number 2 here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Schroeder Orthodontics.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, St. James out of the huddle quick to start quarter number 2. It's a delayed give to Jake House, pushing his way forward, and he'll be taken backwards. And he got enough for the first down. They'll mark him at the Bronco 43-yard line. Big gain of about 8 there.
And again, those quick hitters are going to be very successful for the Thunder. Aggressive defenses like this. North-south offenses, quick offense.
St. James with another first down. You can hear the cowbells. It's an outside give to House, barreled. And wrapped up at the 39-yard line. Big hit from Kyle Stewart also there in the mix. Mason Harvey, but Benny Reagan will get the tackle.
Thunder just kind of chipping away at the Broncos, getting 2 to 3 to 4 yards a carry. Look for a play action pass coming up pretty soon.
Mason Harvey, Lane Newson, Brooks Byer, the 3 up front. A rotation of Thunder players, only 6 on the offensive line rotation. On second down, another give to House. He'll be stopped at about the 35-yard line.
Looks like he kind of had the turf monster a little bit. He slipped, lost his footing just enough for the Broncos to slow him down.
Mason Harvey in on the stop. Another third down coming up for St. James, just 2 yards to go. Out come the noisemakers and the cowbells. Hornback just one of the backfield with him is Jake House, at a 1,000-yard rusher this season. It's a keeper with Hornback. He's got the first down and plenty more, staying on his feet, but ripped down at the 30-yard line. Mikey Beck.
No, that's a great tackle by Beck because he had a lot of green ahead of him. So great strength shown by Beck there. Even though he got the first down, still, again, keeping the Thunder in front of him, not allowing the big play.
And Hornback, who had 6 touchdowns last week, 5 through the air, just 1 on the ground. Over 200 yards through the air, 227, just 11 of 14. It's being stonewalled by the Broncos here. But so far this drive, they're driving through. They're going to try and tie this one up. It's an outside pitch to House, trying to cut back inside, and he'll be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. It's Poland and Mason Harvey on the stop. Loss of 1 on the play.
Just enough to slow him down in the backfield. Running back had to kick it out a little wider than he wanted. Great flow by the Bronco defense.
And we'll take a look at our Attic Georgia Spring Hill instant replay there. Trying to cut back inside and just wrapped up there. 2nd and 11 for the Thunder at the Bronco 31. Broncos will look to send pressure here. They drop back. Hornback wants to throw over the middle and incomplete. Wanted Kirkner, but just way outside. That's Kyle Stewart and Braden Bell in coverage. And it's 3rd down and long coming up for St. James. A big stop on 2nd down with 11 yards to go.
And now you got to assume the Broncos are going to send the house on this one. Obviously a throwing down. Long way to go.
What we've seen on film, St. James can get the ball out quick if they need to. Just one in the backfield. It's House with Hornback. 3 to the far side of the field. 3rd and 11. Broncos will send pressure. Hornback quick out to a screen. And it's blown up immediately there. Luke Neeson was the intended receiver, and the Broncos blow it up. How about that big tackle right there?
And Stewart just, what a great form tackle. Had power, had the wrap up, grab jersey, just about everything you can ask for. You got to think the Thunder are going to think about going for it on this one.
And they are going to go for it here. It's 4th down and 12. Loss of 1. Siler Stewart blowing up the play on the screen. Here comes the Shack making the noise on 4th down and 12. Hornback wants to throw, has a man over the middle. It's caught. And it's going to be good enough for a first down.
Great pitch and catch. He did fumble the ball, but it looked like he was already down.
That's a big completion right there to Alec Jett. First time we've seen him tonight.
Not much you can do that. You got a bigger, taller receiver. Quarterback put it in the right spot where only his guy could catch it. Kudos to the Thunder.
Jett, the 6'2", 209-pound senior. A big first down conversion. A much-needed conversion for the Thunder. Don't want to be taken out of the end zone again. They'll have another try. 1st and 10. Hornback again to throw. He'll step up in the pocket. He'll want to run. Hornback still on his feet to the 10. It'll be stopped just a yard shy at the 11-yard line. Brought down by Andrew Pullen. They'll be 2nd down and short at the 10.
And Hornback kind of squatting down, having a low profile, just kind of juking and jiving his way through. Big first down carry for Hornback.
Explosive receiver room for the Thunder. Corey Kirkner, Luke Neeson, Preston Canzanieri, Alec Jett, and you also throw in Matt Wurtenberger, who we've not seen yet. 2nd down and 2 yards to go. It's a give to House to the outside. Makes a man miss, hurdling. Still on his feet. Tripped up at the 5. 1st down and goal coming up for St. James. They'll be stopped down by Wyatt Gatlin. 1st and goal for the Thunder at the 5-yard line. Thunder finally in the red zone. 2 in the backfield with Hornback. On 1st and goal, it's a keeper for House. He's in for the touchdown. And the Thunder on offense find the end zone. And they just trail by 1 pending the PAT.
And a masterful drive by the Thunder. They mix it up a little bit with the run pass. Huge 4th down completion with 4th and long. Bronco defense kind of looks a little bit tired. Need to get them off the field. Offense needs to come out. Keep them, get the defense some rest.
St. James definitely went with a bit of a tempo look. So on for the PAT, the James Ewing. Snap good, hold good. Kick is through for James Ewing, and we're all knotted up at 14 here in Spring Hill. It's a big run for Jake House. How can the Broncos respond? We'll find out when we come back here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Five-yard touchdown rush for Jake House, and we're all knotted up at 14 here. For Nebola, Matt Jones getting Carbajo behind the camera. And what a first half it's been so far, Jonesy.
It's been wild. Now, can the Broncos, they need a sustained drive. They've got 7 minutes left.
Stoker sends a laser beam that'll be taken up by Wells inside the 5. Here goes Cameron Wells, makes the man miss, stays on his feet to the 25, and falls his way forward to the 27-yard line.
Give Wells a lot of credit. He was standing straight up and took a pretty good shot and maintained his balance.
So back out comes the Bronco offense. Miller on that last offensive drive threw his first interception for the first time since that Paola game, actually. Was the last time he threw an interception. Flawless sends, but just right there, got a bit too greedy trying to go downfield to Keegan Folk.
And you got to think the coaches have already processed with him and talked to him, and they're in his ear saying, hey, take what they're giving you. Take what they're giving you.
And additionally, on that first offensive drive, is just himself taking it. 1st and 10 at the 27. It's a give outside to Dotson, trying to find some room, trying to break his way forward, but St. James will corral him for just only about a yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up. And it's Sealing on the tackle for St. James. 2nd down and 9 at their own 28-yard line. This is going to be a patient offense of Spring Hill. If their past 2 offensive possessions, they've taken a lot of time on the clock. St. James took a lot of time off here in the 2nd quarter already. It's a keeper for Jordan Miller. St. James is all over it there. Big tackle from Carter Shotkotsky.
Yeah, good read by the St. James Thunder defense. Read exactly what was going on with that play. Now, can the Broncos respond? 3rd and long, obviously a throwing down.
No gain on the run from Miller. It's 3rd down and 9 at their own 28-yard line. Broncos will take their time out of the huddle. The St. James fans here in attendance making some noise. On 3rd and 9, Miller, he wants to drop back and throw. It's a screen pass to Byer, but he'll be wrapped up back behind the line of scrimmage.
Thunder defense doing a great job of reading that. That's the play that they went to earlier. A little bit overthrown by Miller. Caught this time by Brooks. St. James did a great job reading it.
Colin Burke in on the stop. It's going to be 4th down and 10 for Spring Hill. Brooks Byer will be back deep to punt, and Billy Burns will be on the return. It's the Broncos offense will not convert for the 2nd time tonight. Byer gets this punt off. It's a laser beam right into the hands of Burns. There goes Burns. He'll be wrapped up at the 42-yard line. Cameron Wells and Mikey Beck on the tackle, and back out comes Hornback in the Thunder.
It'll be interesting to see what changes have the Broncos made defensively. I think last drive, St. James did a great job of mixing it up with some tempo, and Broncos just got worn out.
That tempo offense, we've seen it with a lot of teams, college, NFL, even here in high school. Tempo offense can burn a team out, especially
an aggressive team.
Especially with a team full of athletes who are quick and shifty like the Thunder. Man in motion, it's Canzanieri. It's a give on 1st down to House, and he'll only get a few yards on that carry. Lane Newsom, Brooks Byer there. It's a gain of just 2 yards, 2nd down and 8 at their own 45-yard line.
One good thing for the Bronco defense, St. James is also, they're going to be a little bit more methodical here. Not a good time for them to do tempo, so that's an advantage for the Bronco defense.
Tie ball game, 2nd and 8, 45-yard line. Hornbeck to give to House again. Finds some room up the middle. He's got a 1st down and a few more yards on top of that. Oh, we think he's just short, actually.
House showing some shiftiness as he's kind of bobbing and weaving up real close to the 1st down.
It's 3rd and short. They're going to go tempo here. Hornback now under center. It's on a jet sweep, and it's Redwell. They tried to go to the jet sweep with Alec House, and Byer was there to make the stop, and we have an injured Thunder player. It's Canzanieri, slow to get up. They're going to have to call on the training staff to get Canzaneri. We'll step aside for the injured Thunder player.
Both my older sons have come through.
Canzaneri was able to be helped off the field, so we do hope he is okay. Meanwhile here, 4th down and short at the Bronco 49. 3 yards to go officially. Can the Broncos get a big stop here? And I think they jumped early there.
I don't think he actually crossed the line of scrimmage. I have a pretty good view of the ball, and I don't think his head ever crossed. He moved. I think that's why the fans are upset.
And Coach Bouchard is livid on the sideline.
Well, and he's right. You know.
And normally they line up a few yards off the ball, so it's even hard to judge that too. 1st and 10 to give to House again up the middle. Plies through for a few yards, but Braden Bell ripping him down. And there's another Thunder player down on the ground. And we'll step aside again for an injury timeout.
Both my older sons have come through Strode Orthodontics. It's reasonable, it's been easy to make appointments and to follow through. Adam has finished the process and they've been fabulous for following up and making sure his retainers fit correctly. My younger son, Lucas, just started at 13. I would highly recommend Strode for anyone considering it. Starting the braces process, they'll tell you what's going on and make it easy, not scary, well-informed. It's nothing you can't handle.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Second down and 4. It was Braylon Mabian, their right tackle, who went down on the play. So give to House, and he's going to be stopped. Brooks Byer is there again.
2-down territory for the Thunder. Defense has got to be disciplined the next 2 downs. You know that their Thunder is going to go with the hard count.
So in at the line, it's Jack Goder wearing number 62 for St. James. It's 3rd down. Hornbeck wants to throw. Got his man in Kirkner. It'll be taken out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Jake Weiss is there to force him out.
Again, Weiss, not bad in coverage again. Bigger, taller, wide receiver, but he kept him in front of him.
So St. James on the move again.
Got to be able to create some havoc in the backfield right now. This is where the stunts and the chaotic Spring Hill defense needs to step up and help their defensive secondary.
Joseph Wagner is at the line of scrimmage for St. James in replace of Mabian. Not seen Canzaneri back in yet. New set of downs for St. James. Hornbeck wants to throw. Got his man. Oh, it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Alec Jett. Mikey Beck in coverage.
And Jett just right in the breadbasket, just dropped it.
2nd and 10.
All the youngsters out there, that is why you catch with your hands and not your shoulder pads and your belly. Catch with your hands, bring it in.
You can see Wertenberger is in at receiver for Canzanieri. 2nd and 10 from the Bronco 29. They'll send some pressure. Hornback will throw. Has the man downfield. Incomplete. Broken up by Mikey Beck. Luke Neeson was the intended receiver, and Mikey Beck just making plenty of contact. That's a big-time play by the young sophomore.
Well, and Neeson had his hand up about 10 yards before the ball was even thrown. So all Beck had to do was just run to the guy who was raising his hand and just made a great athletic play.
Third down and 10 yards to go, 29-yard line. 5 out wide for the Thunder. Hornback, the lone back. Here come the Broncos on 3rd down. Kirkner again converts. Jake Weiss in coverage. And Corey Kirkner back-to-back first down conversions for St. James.
And Kirkner's done a good job with those little stop routes. He's going up, running, and he's turning around, coming back to the quarterback, helping his quarterback out.
And the Thunder enter the Bronco red zone. They're marked down at the 18-yard line. Minute 12 to go. Kirkner stepped out of bounds, so clock will start on the snap. First and 10 from the 18 again. Little motion. Hornback on the run. Here comes Kyle Stewart. Now here comes the throw, and it's incomplete. Wanted Neeson.
And Neeson, he had just a step, but the ball was thrown pretty dang hard, and it just went right through his hands, but his hands were outstretched. That would have been an amazing catch.
Kyle Stewart was in pursuit, and then out comes Mason Harvey in pursuit as well, and he's lined up on the far side end. Had to travel quite a ways to try and chase down Hornback, but had to just throw it away. 2nd and 10, 18 yards to go. Minute 4 to play here in the first half. Hornback claps his hands. Snap, wants to throw, got his man down the middle. It's caught for the touchdown. Alec Jett, 18-yard touchdown through the air. And St. James, Thunder's back in front.
And that was a great route by Jett, just slanting right across the middle, running for the post.
18-yard touchdown pass. John Hornback has his touchdown completion through the air. Alec Jett, who had 4 receptions for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns last week, gets a big touchdown here to put the Thunder up front. This kick is up, and it is no good. Broncos are all over that one. So the Thunder only gets 6 on that drive, and it's Alec Jett to put the Thunder back in front, 20-14.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2015. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, and it's an 18-yard reception from Alec Jett, or to Alec Jett from John Hornback.
What's your mentality here if you're Coach Bouchard? Are you trying to air it out, trying to get in the end zone, or are you being conservative? St. James has timeouts.
You got to be aggressive here.
I agree.
You don't get the ball at second half.
Right.
You've got 2 timeouts to work with. So be taken in inside the 20 by Keegan Folk. Gets to the middle, and he'll be wrapped up at the 35-yard line. Big stop from Jamison Fitzgerald, the senior wide receiver. 2 timeouts for the Broncos, and just 56 seconds. They'll mark him down at the 36-yard line, so quite a bit of ways to work with. If if you're Spring Hill, but you got to find a way to score. St. James gets the ball to start the second half. For the Broncos, our last two possessions, interception and punt. That's what's happened in the second quarter. It's a give to Dotson on the outside. He'll be wrapped up by the legs. Big stop there from Brendan Baker. 2nd and 9, just a gain of 1. It's another give, this time to Shaver up the middle and pushes his way forward. That's Baker again to make the stop. Back-to-back stops for Brenton Baker.
Short time for the Broncos.
3rd down and 3. Low snap, Miller wanted to throw. Now he'll escape to the far side of the field. Jordan Miller, plenty of room. He'll go for the first down. He's got it, snips out of bounds before Brady Boydston could lay down the hit. And it's 1st down with 7 seconds left.
Well, the good thing is we at least got the 1st down. St. James will not get the ball back until the second half. Gotta think they're gonna air it out here and try to get something out of it.
Brooks Byer comes in. Off goes Keegan Folk. The Shack encouraging this Broncos team. And Coach Bouchard will take one of his 2 timeouts here to talk this through. 7 seconds to play here in the first half. Broncos, one last shot at the end zone to tie it up. Can they do it? We'll find out when you come back.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and
7 seconds left. Broncos 1, maybe 2 chances to try and find the end zone. They have another timeout to work with here. Jordan Miller, it's an empty field for him. Brooks Byer, the attached tight end. Here we go. 3 back deep for St. James. Miller, he'll drop back. He'll escape. Here comes Baker. Throws it downfield. It's caught by Cameron Wells. Trying to stay on his feet. He's still up, and he'll be tackled inside the 10. Still on his feet again. And Cameron Wells, what could have been, is just stopped short. And the Broncos will be forced to nothing to end the first half. Just a 6-point lead for the Thunder in this crazy, chaotic first half. We'll break it all down for you and much more coming up here on our Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Halftime Show. Coming up next here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve. with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
First Auction Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Welcome back to Spring Hill Sports Live as we have some halftime entertainment from our amazing band. Halftime show sponsor is Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial. The halftime show is brought to you by Michael Grand. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. Bronco report from the last week of athletics. State cross country was held last week at Rimrock Farm in Lawrence, Kansas on November 1st. Zachary Anderson finished 7th with a time of 16 minutes and 1 second. Dylan Estes finished 16th with a time of 16 minutes and 26 seconds. Brody Kirk, Grayson Donovan, Graham Ostermeyer, and Matthew Dater also competed. The Bronco boys finished 6th as a team. Again, Broncos defending state champions from the 2024 cross-country season. The girls, Esme Newhouse, was the first to finish for the Lady Broncos, finishing with a time of 19 minutes and 54 seconds. 2 places behind was Leanna Beerbaum with a time of 20 minutes and 1 second. Alan McConnell, Sophie Odell, Emery Huntington, Layla Haddad, and Madeline Vogelbacher all competed for the Lady Broncos. The Lady Broncos placed 7th as a team. Winter sports, basketball will tip off on December 5th at Eudora. Girls play at 6 and boys will follow at approximately 7:30. Winter sports start a week from Monday. Next week is the Acacia-mandated dead week, except for your playoff teams. And then winter sports will be in full mode for the next several months. Wrestling will start their season with their home tournament. They have JV varsity tournaments Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday for the Bronco wrestling teams. Girls will be on Saturday. Boys duels will be on Friday and JV on Thursday evening. Be sure to check our website at varsitysportslive.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. it's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Back here on Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Brendan Bolin back here with you. We'll wrap down the touchdown scored. We'll start off early on in the game as a blocked punt by Gavin Piccola all the way to the house. Gavin Piccola, I should say. That's how we started this ball game off. And then 34-yard touchdown dive from Jordan Miller to Cameron Wells to be able to get the score. And then Mason Dodson cashed in on an 18-yard touchdown reception. And that was all set up on the onside kick by Aiden Odell. Broncos go to the bag of tricks. And it was Cameron Wells throwing an 18-yard touchdown to Mason Dodson, getting the 14th point on the board for Spring Hill. Oh, I should mention it was 12th, I should say. Broncos went for two. Jordan Miller cashed in on the 2-point conversion. And then St. James jumping back in front on offense, as well as a 5-yard rushing touchdown for Jake Kaus, and then an 18-yard touchdown reception to Alec Jett. As St. James leads this one 20-14. The extra point was missed by the Thunder on the Alec Jett touchdown, and I bring back in Matt Jones here. And Jonesy, that was quite a turnaround for both teams. Broncos start off getting their opening drive punt blocked for a touchdown, storm back with 14 unanswered, and then another 14 unanswered with just 8 minutes left to play in the ball game, or I should say the half, for the Thunder. It's just a game of momentum swings.
It has been so far, and let's hope we have the momentum in the fourth quarter in this one. Moving into this next half, we've got to be able to establish an offensive drive. We did a really good job at the beginning, but we still did score on some big plays and some trick plays, so we need to be able to set the tone offensively, and we have to be able to have some sustained drive to keep our defense off the field. And the defense, they're doing their best. They're keeping them in front of them. But St. James is just being methodical, and we've got to get some turnovers. We've got to get that chaos created that we've lived on all season long.
We'll step aside for just a brief moment when we come back. Our Elliott Insurance Group matchups. Let's take a look at some scores from around the area, and when we come back, second half kickoff here from the Shack. Don't miss it, folks. We'll have that for you next year on Spring Hill Sports Live.
First Auction Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
First Auction Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has
Back here in our Michael Grant at Farnborough Financial Services halftime show. Brendan Bowen, Matt Jones, Kaden Carbajo with you here as the Broncos and the Thunder are on the field. The Broncos waiting on them to skate back. There's 2 additional minutes of warm-up time. So in the meantime, we'll get you some scores from around the area. Special thanks to Scores in Kansas for these scores. Yeah. Of course, 2014 here. Take a look. Derby over Junction City, 7-0 at halftime. A low-scoring game. Salina South beating Liberal 9-3. How about the Panthers this year? Already on top. Augusta 14-7 over Mulvane. Salina Central 28, Goddard 14. Free State's all over the Cougars of Shawnee Mission Northwest 17-0.
I was wrong on that one.
All knotted up in Overland Park. Aquinas and Mill Valley all knotted up at 14 each into the half. The same goes into Basehor. Basehor and DeSoto tied up at 14 each. So Lathan Northwest up 17-6 over Blue Valley West, by the way. That's another score that just came across. So when you look at those scores, what one surprises you the most?
Maybe the Shawnee Mission Northwest one. Just maybe surprising, but that Aquinas Mill Valley score is interesting. Mill Valley stopped Aquinas at the goal line on the 1 and then drove down 99 yards to take the lead 14-7. And then Aquinas came right back and tied it up as the second quarter expired. So that one's going to come down to the wire.
I'll agree with you there, but the one thing that surprises me is Derby and Junction City.
That's fair, right?
I think not because everyone expects Junction City to win, but how low scoring this game is.
And Derby's known for having an explosive offense.
And Junction City's been really good too. Their senior quarterback thrown over for 1,400 yards this season. So you look at two offenses that can't get going because you have two really good teams facing each other, and you're in the kind of the Manhattan area, so
right,
or like right outside. So
that is an interesting score that it's low scoring. I bet watch the second half; it'll be like 42-35, something wild. They'll just let it rip.
Another score that's come across my screen: Tonganoxie trailing Miege 16-6.
They're hanging in there.
So they're
Chieftains
hanging in there.
around.
They're able to get a score. But the big thing is that you don't want to hang around with a team like Miege, and for Spring Hill even, you look at this team, they don't want to hang around with St. James. They want to beat them.
They want to beat them, right? That hanging around, okay, great, good job. We want to beat them. It's playoffs. It's win or go home.
Regional plaque is in the press box right behind us in the soccer press box, so
maybe we can go take our picture with it later before it's passed out.
That's true. Thanks again to Michael Grant from our Financial Services for sponsoring our halftime show, and Attic Storage of Spring Hill for our instant replay system this season. Attic Storage of Spring Hill. Attic offers climate-controlled units, RV and vehicle storage, plus clean, move-in, ready spaces. As a veteran-owned, community-focused business, Attic features monitored 24/7 with friendly on-site managers. Rent, reserve, and pay online anytime at attic-storage.com. And time for our second half kickoff presented by Dan the Tailor Man. With high-quality suits and tuxedos, you'll look your absolute best for any occasion. With a perfect fit guaranteed. For about the cost of rental, you'll get the suit, tie, pocket square, and lifetime alterations. Winning prom or that black tie affair, call Dan the Tailor Man at 913-541-1192 for a free consultation. We've seen a wild first half. What can we see more here in half number 2? Odell kicks it off, and we're underway here in the 5A regional matchup between the Broncos and the Thunder. It's Jake House on the return. Look at him fly up the sideline. Gets forced out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. And some extracurricular in the middle of the field. Blake Surrey. And looks to be number 24. That's Brenton Banker. Some extra altercation in the middle of the field on that kickoff return, and back out comes John Hornback and the Thunder. And Matt Jonesy, what are your keys to this half for the Broncos?
We've got to get to Hornback and make him make some mistakes. That's, at the end of the day, that's going to be what wins this game for the Broncos.
On first down and 10, Hornback is in the shotgun. Jake House behind him. Hornback wants to throw it out quick. He's got his man Canzaneri complete. Just across the middle, brought down by number 22. It's Jace Thompson and Kyle Stewart. Jace Thompson, Kyle Stewart. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Hornback on tempo, complete out in the flats to Jake House, trying to barrel his way forward. He's just a yard short. Great tackle by Siler Stewart.
That really was. And House, right now, if you got an MVP for the Thunder, you're probably looking at House. He's kind of been their workhorse.
It went tempo earlier. Now they'll slow it down here on 3rd and 1. Hornback in the backfield. House right behind him. You can imagine it's going to be a handoff here. They'll give it to him. House bounces to the outside. Get the first down and a bit more to go. He's pushed out of bounds right past midfield into Bronco territory.
St. James doing a good job mixing it up between the tempo and more methodical.
First and 10 Thunder, Spring Hill 47.
Be 1st and 10, St. James at the Bronco 47-yard line. They'll slow it up here. Again, going to that one-back formation. Hornback gets the snap. He wants to throw. Drops back. Looks over the middle. Incomplete. Batted away. Big-time play there from Benny Reagan.
And Benny Reagan, good coverage. St. James might have a little bit of argument there. You could see they wanted the flag for the pass interference, but, you know, the good thing, Reagan was going for the ball. He was being aggressive, and that just leaves it up to the official. Nothing cut and dry.
And you could see he was playing that flat and then came right up and batted away from Alec Jett. The go-to guy that's been pretty much at all. You could say Corey Kirkner as well, but Alec Jett's been their real threat. He's fast, he's big, he's quick. Got it done for St. James this season. To give to House on second down. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet. Past the 45 to the 44. Going to be wrapped down by Siler Stewart, and it's third down coming up.
Huge third down for the Bronco defense.
Braden Bell also in there as well. Third down and 7. Thunder will just play methodical here. Definitely 4-down territory if you look at it. Here we go, 3rd and 7, Bronco 44. House is in motion, empty backfield. Hornback wants to throw. He'll step up and take off. Hornback, he's close. He might just have enough for the first down. And he will. John Hornback converts on 3rd and 7.
And a great read by Hornback. He didn't have any receivers open. He had a ton of pressure. He just decided to run and see what he could make out of it, knowing that they probably had 2 downs to get it, and go ahead and convert the first down.
Just continuing to stay on his feet and fight through. Just got enough for that first down. And the Thunder have a fresh set here at the Bronco 36-yard line. He'll fake the pitch and roll out on a bootleg. Has a man downfield. It's to Jett, complete. And Mikey Beck will rip him down at the 25-yard line. Will give him an extra yard to the 24. One play, first down pickup for St. James.
Hornback doing a great job reading the Bronco defense, waiting, being patient, finding that open receiver. And the Broncos coverage is there. Just great throws by Hornback and a receiver that's making a good catch.
1st and 10 at the Bronco 24. Just one in the backfield again. It's House, tight end attached on the right side. Hornback will give it to House on the outside. Braden Bell rips him down by the arm. Big play by the Bronco defense on first down. And they'll say he lost 4 yards on that one.
And Bell showing some grip strength there.
St. James has to go tempo here. 2nd and 14. Back at the Bronco 24. House will look back to the sideline for the play. 2nd down and long. Hornback steps up and runs. There goes Hornback to the sideline. He's going to be close to the first down.
And that's a rare poor angle by Stewart. He just went attack a little too much, and Hornback was able to make him pay.
They're going to say 3rd down and inches. Right at the 14-yard line, 15 and a half. St. James will play contemporary here. Slow it down a little bit. They went tempo on that 2nd down. Here, 3rd down in a matter of inches. Man in motion, it's Neeson. It's a keeper for Hornback to the outside. Kyle Stewart can't get there, but it's going to be Siler Stewart to force him out of bounds. And St. James again converts on 3rd down.
And they've been so methodical. All three, other than the first score of the game, they've just had long, sustained drives that just wear out the defense. And Hornback is deceptively fast. He's got a good, quick arm. He's got a quick release. But I think the thing that's underrated is he's got a quick burst allowing him to get those extra yards.
All these kids do on St. James. That's what's been so difficult. It's those quick bursts. 1st and 10 at the 12. To give to House. Gets a nice block up the middle. Still going. And it'll be ripped down inside the 5. Give him to the 3-yard line. 2nd down and short. And we've got a Bronco injured. And we'll step aside as they tend to the injured Bronco. back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, and it's Andrew Poland, the injured Bronco, being helped to the sideline by Coach Bouchard and the training staff. We do hope he is okay.
Looks like he got kind of caught up in the tackling in the pile.
2nd down and a yard to go. It's a push pile in, and it's a touchdown for St. James. Jake House doubles up the lead, and the Bronco fans displeased. They said they wanted to say they was a yard short, and they're going to talk about it. They're going to talk about it. And they're going to say he's short. And St. James.
Well, that was interesting because the line judge came flying in, and it was a very delayed touchdown call. I like the explanation from the official from the white hat, and good job from the officiating crew to discuss that and make the right call.
So although they got the stop, it's still 1st and goal now at the 1-yard line.
Still a dire situation.
St. James looking to go up 2 scores here. 1st and goal at the 1. It's another give. House has his wish. He's in for the touchdown. And St. James has their opening drive with a score. And they extend their lead by 12.
Super important for the Broncos to come out, have a nice sustained drive on offense. Got to be able to convert 2nd, 3rd downs, be able to keep on the field and give your defense a rest.
And St. James is having trouble getting on the field for the PAT. Some personnel.
Well, oddly, the play clock should have started, though. Even though it's an untimed down, the play clock should still run, and it
definitely should have.
The officials held it off. Interesting.
Ewing's on for the PAT. He's missed 1. High snap. It's a fake. And almost incomplete.
Got to wonder if that was a called fake or if that was a fire play. It was kind of hard to read. Broncos still within striking distance, though.
12-point lead for the Thunder. It's a big touchdown for Jake House, his 2nd on the evening. Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, Alec Jett had the score to end the last possession of the first half for the Thunder, and now it's Jake House's 2nd rushing touchdown tonight, and the Thunder extend their lead to just 2 scores. Everybody here in the shack still positive as this one is booted away all the way to the back of the end zone for a touchback. A big kick again by Braden Stoker. We'll get our Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce keys to the game here in the 2nd half. Jonesy, what's it got to be for Spring Hill?
Well, we got to be able to sustain a drive. We've got to have Jordan Miller making good, quick decisions. And, okay, we've scored. We've got some big plays. We have to be able to run our offense, go to Kachaver, go to Dotson, and have Jordan Miller make some plays.
So on the touchback, it's 1st and 10 for the Broncos at their own 20-yard line. Man in motion is Riley McAvoy. He'll go out to the far side of the field, trips to the left side. It's a give to Kachaver. Wide open room up the middle. Kachaver stumbling his way forward. He's still on his feet. He fumbled the ball and picked it up and still ran with it.
That was pretty wild. And again, that's what we need to see. We need to see the Broncos running their traditional offense, getting Kachaver some carries just like that.
Kachaver fumbled the ball, picked it up, and is still going with it. It's a new set of downs. And the Broncos will go on the tempo huddle. It's Miller, pitches it out to Kachaver on a weird setup. Kachaver, another big run. There goes Hank Kachaver. Picking up another first down for Spring Hill. And you go back to that Mill Valley Regional game last year. The Broncos, Patrick Stumpf got hurt. They needed somebody to rely on, and Hank Kachaver got it there.
He sure did.
And St. James is going to call a timeout. Their first of the evening. And Spring Hill is firing on all cylinders here.
And that's an important timeout for St. James. I actually like that call. It's early in the game, but it's still, you got to calm your defense down because Spring Hill's really not doing anything fancy. They're just running right at them with Kachaver, and I think they can continue to do that. They've been successful with that. We just got to make sure that we mix it up well and just keep it simple.
2 timeouts. Again, the first timeout St. James has used today. They didn't really need to use any in that first half, but there, it's a big stop, and they got Andrew Poland moving on the sideline, so that's good to see. Might just be heavily taped up. Andrew Poland, he's still limping in a bit of pain.
He is a little bit.
They are getting him moving. 1st and 10. Miller trying to keep it himself down. He goes in the backfield. Brenton Baker on the stop.
That play just took a little bit too long to develop. St. James showing some pressure. Nowhere to go for Miller.
Loss of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 16 coming up. And the mastermind, Coach Bouchard, trying to write something up there. Brooks Beyer off and Cameron Wells off.
Don't panic. It's 2nd and long, but don't panic. You still have essentially more than likely 3 downs. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th down.
I think now you have to be in the point of you cannot waste another down. 2nd down and long. Miller winds up, fires. He's got his man downfield. Keegan Folk.
And the way he cut back just a little might have be a little short of the 1st down, it looks like. So we're going to be 3rd and about a half a yard.
Go to our instant replay, and Miller, I don't think he hardly looked on that throw. He just wound up and threw it.
Trust. He knew where his guy was going to be, and his guy was there.
3rd down and short. Miller under center. It's a quick give. Trying to push his way forward. And he's got it. Jordan Miller, a big 1st down pickup for Spring Hill.
And I like how they came up to the line. They were quick. They knew what they were going to do. They had a plan. St. James is on their heels. Love the tempo in that situation.
They're always changing the personnel. That's what's so great about Coach Bouchard is he can change the personnel. He can change the design. He can change what he wants. And, of course, there's going to be some confusion, but
if you practice and you're used to it and you get the reps, it's not confusing. It's confusing for the opponent.
1st down. Miller fakes the give. Got a man downfield. It's Wells. Past the 20. He lost the football. It's a scramble for it, and I think Spring Hill still has it. There's a flag on the play that's thrown.
At least 2 flags. There was one before the catch.
The Broncos have the football, but there's flags on the play. So the Broncos will have the football, but the officials are going to talk about it. The flag flew in late, too, mind you. It was as the ball was on the ground, so we're going to be interested to see what this could be.
Offense recovered the ball. Fifth personal foul, late hit, defense.
And that's a big penalty right there. It's the 2nd time St. James has been given a penalty that essentially moves the ball forward again. And the Broncos enter the red zone. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Let's go back to that replay, which I did not get. I had it buffered, but looks like I didn't pick it up there. 1st and goal, Spring Hill. Miller to give to Kachaver. Bounces to the outside, trying to push his way forward. Kachaver, they're going to say his knee was down at the 4-yard line.
What a good bruising run by Kachaver. Showing some strength, power in his way forward.
Number 48, Brian Troyer.
Brian Troyer on the stop. And looked about 50-50 on the replay. Jonesy, I'll go to you. That's where it looked like it to be. To give to Kachaver again, trying to push forward again, and can't convert there.
Got to think this is Jordan Miller territory. Probably look for some misdirection, but we've got to be quick. We can't take a long time to let this play develop. We got to hit it quick.
And get the offense off the field, too. Let your defense, who definitely outside of Byer, is well rested. Maybe you can see if Andrew Poland can get back in the game. At what capacity, we won't know. Thunder fans making some noise. 3rd down and goal. 3 yards to go. Miller, it's a keeper for himself. On the speed option, gets it to Kachaver late, and he's stuffed. Big stop by the Thunder, and it's 4th and goal.
What do the Broncos have up their sleeve for this one?
And the Bronco fans are going to get on their feet. The shack is going nuts. Broncos have 3 timeouts to their disposal. They won't use one here. 4th and goal, 4 yards to go. It's Miller in the shotgun. And a flag flies. The Broncos moved.
And that makes a tough situation even tougher.
It's 4th down and goal. Now what do you do?
I think you keep the ball in Jordan Miller's hands. You have him roll out and give him the option to run or pass. You gotta keep it in his hands one way or the other.
So 4th down and now 9 yards to go.
I think where they are in the field, they had a single receiver spread out far to the left. That's bootleg with Miller territory. Look for his receiver or jet to the end zone.
St. James fans here making some noise. The Bronco fans encouraging this offense. On 4th down, Miller on the scramble. He's got to go, trying to go. Still on his feet. Miller cannot cash in. St. James is going to stop the Broncos at the goal line.
A lot of credit to the Thunder on their defensive stand. Broncos just couldn't quite get it done. That close one on Kachaver where his knee was down, just quite couldn't get in.
A big stop for the Thunder. The Broncos, they were lurking.
This is where the Bronco defense needs to assert themselves right here. This is where we need to create some chaos. St. James is probably going to be really methodical. They want to get this into the 4th quarter, and they just want to play some ball control offense right now.
26-14. St. James, the strive of their life, but they're put at their own 4-yard line. The safety could really change this game. House in motion, Hornback under pressure, out, has to throw it away, incomplete. The Broncos got home there, but Hornback throwing it away at the last second.
I'll tell you what, the St. James offensive quarterback's got to be second guessing himself of throwing the ball rolling out in that situation when you're backed up inside your own 5-yard line. I think you got a guy like House, you give him the ball, let him give you some breathing room.
I think they just wanted to throw downfield, see what kind of yardage they could get away from here in the goal line. You're right. Definitely House is the better option. 2nd and 10. To give to House this time. Only just a couple yards. They're going to say he's down at the 11-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down about medium for St. James. Sailor Stewart on the stop. The Bronco fans making some noise here. Big 3rd down for the Bronco defense. St. James at their own 11. Hornback, a give to House. To the outside. He's stopped just short.
Big decision for St. James. They've gone for it a lot on 4th down tonight, but they're way back in their own territory.
Are you going to send the punting unit out? They're going to call for a measurement.
Yikes. The crowd is a little upset with the spot, and I don't know that I disagree with them.
All right, that was the last play. Okay. Just short. Oh, they're going to give it to him. Oh, man.
And St. James finally with that breathing room they've been looking for.
St. James, new life. First down and 10 at their own 14. St. James is going to let this one run to the fourth quarter. A crazy 12 minutes, just one score. The Broncos stop short. We've got 12 more minutes to play before we see who is going to move on to sectionals against the winner of Mill Valley and Aquinas. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got one more quarter here for you here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience and our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
For land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
One more quarter to play here.
Do we ever need a turnover?
On first down, House gets to the outside and is stopped at about the 18-19 line. Wrapped up by Benny Reagan.
On the stop, number 12, Benny Reagan.
Gain of about 5 yards, second down and 5. Second and 5. Hornbeck. It's the give to House again.
And you got to think they're just going to ride House until they can't do it anymore. He's been the workhorse, and you're going to see him probably most of the fourth quarter. St. James would kind of be crazy to throw it, but we'll see.
First and 10 Thunder at their own 26.
Could also see some play action from the Thunder, try to catch the Broncos, focusing on House.
And fresh to announce for St. James at their own 26-yard line. St. James is trying to chew as much clock as they can before they take the snap. Play clock down to 5. Canzoneri in motion to the right side. It's another give. This time it's to Buser, who's the new back in. And they'll get a gain of about 5 yards.
The Thunder just kind of plugging their way down the field.
Jace Thompson the one to force him out of bounds. The Spring Hill fans quite animated here.
Yep.
Knowing the kind
do you
of
have
game.
a mute button? Just in case.
Definitely do. Second and 5. To give to the outside. It's Buser again, and he picks up the first down for St. James at the 39-yard line.
The Broncos definitely lost a step. They're down. They're on their heels a little bit. They're fatigued. They've been carrying the load tonight for sure. That defense has got to be exhausted.
First and 10 for the Thunder at their own 39.
Fresh set of downs at their own 39. St. James again, just playing the long game. Broncos defense trying to force a punt here. Broncos will send some pressure. It's a keeper for Hornbeck. He gets clocked up right there. Nowhere to go. Thrown down by Kyle Stewart. Got to even give credit to Mason Harvey as well. Got in there.
Yeah, that's a big play they needed. Get him behind the sticks a little bit.
Second down and 10. The first time that St. James has been held to no yards on this drive right here. Again on their own 39-yard line. Maybe moved about half an inch. Bronco faithful making some noise. Clock continuing to wind down for St. James. It's a give to House.
Nope.
No, it's a keeper for Hornbeck. And he's got the first down. Beautifully read that fooled everybody, including myself.
And that was a great keeper. Great read by Hornbeck. Good fake.
Getting updates right now about the Baser DeSoto game. Looks to be a shootout right now. We'll have that score update on our post-game show presented by Elliott Insurance Group. We'll wrap up this matchup, give you what's coming up next. So much more, again, on our Elliott Insurance Group post-game show right here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Thunder in Bronco territory at the Bronco 49. First down, pitch out to Jake House. Trying to get to the line of scrimmage. Flag is thrown on the play in the backfield, and I can imagine that's going to be backwards. I believe they're going to give Braylon Mabian.
Say it looked like a hold to me on the perimeter.
Harvey just kind of got thrown down. That's a 10-yard during the run, so St. James is going to be going backwards. And they've chewed up close to 5 minutes of clock here in the fourth quarter. Back in their own territory is the Thunder at their own 43-yard line. Second down and 16 yards to go. Actually, second down and 17. Or first and 17. House. Brooks Byers back there to get him. Back him up even more. It'll be second down and about 20 yards to go coming up.
Be some interesting calls coming up here. They're definitely in a throwing situation, but if you throw and it's incomplete, or worse yet, an interception, St. James has some big decisions to make the next couple downs.
Oh my goodness. I think I have to give you an update on this Baser game. My mom just texted me 2 minutes ago that Baser was leading 35-21. DeSoto just scored. It's 35-28.
Holy moly.
It's an insane shootout in Baser. Second down and 20 for Hornbeck and the Thunder. It's another give to House. He's going to get a couple before being pile driven out of bounds by Jake Weiss. And it's third down and long.
Big third down for the Bronco defense.
And it's third and long, too. You could force a punt here if you wanted to. But the question is, will Coach Bouchard use a timeout? Is the question. I mean, sure, you have 7 minutes left, but St. James has chewed up about 5 minutes of clock.
Right.
5 out wide for the Thunder. Just Hornbeck in the backfield on third down and 18. Broncos will send some pressure. Holding. Byer was held. Lofts that one downfield, and it's caught for the first down.
You know what? I don't say much about officiating, but that was absolutely atrocious.
Man, that was quite an interesting miss there.
That's a good way to put it.
And the Bronco fans are in dismay.
Good catch putting on the crowd mic, turning off the crowd mic
I think
temporarily.
it'll still kind of pick up a little bit from
But-
our headsets too, but it's filtering out a little bit.
It's getting the worst of it out.
First and 10. Fresh set announced for St. James at the Bronco 31. Hornback slings it out. Got him in. It's Alec Jett. He's ripped down by Mason Harvey. Pickup of 8 yards on that one. Second down and 2 coming up. And the Bronco defense still out on the field. Bronco fans continuing.
They're still mad.
They're still.
It's their kids out there.
Second and 3 from the Bronco 24-yard line. It's another give up the middle to Jake House. Bounces to the outside. He's got Jake Weiss to beat, and Weiss will shove him out of bounds.
I'll give Weiss a lot of credit for he got sucked in a little bit, and he showed some athleticism and had a really good angle to save that from being a potential touchdown.
And Weiss had plenty to say on that shove.
Yeah, they're lucky they didn't get called for anything out of bounds on that one. Frustration.
First down and 10. Broncos defense is trying to hold on here. St. James has entered the red zone at the Bronco 19-yard line. Hornback to give to Buser this time. They'll get a couple of yards on that one. Wrapped down by Brooks Byer. Cade McKenna also there in the mix as well. Gain of 5 on the play. Second down and 5. I'll say about 4. About 4 or 5. Second down, and we'll give him a long 5. We'll give him a short 5. At the Bronco 14-yard line.
Call it 5-ish.
5-ish, yeah. 4 or 5. Man in motion, Canzanieri to the right side. It's another give for House, trying to push his way forward, using all he's got, and he'll be stopped just a yard short of the marker. It's third down and a yard to go, maybe about 2-ish yards. It's third down and short at the 11-yard line. Long 2, I should say. St. James just winding down as much time as they can, forcing the Broncos to try and play a hurry-up offense. On third and down and 2 yards to go. Hornback to give to House. Nowhere to go. He'll be stopped. But he picks up the first down.
Yep, forward progress. What a drive by the Thunder, regardless of what we think happened, what we didn't think happened. It's still a magnificent drive by the Thunder. They are just methodical. They're using the clock masterfully, the play calling, mixing it up just a little bit, and they're really just going right at an exhausted Bronco defense.
First and goal at the 9-yard line for St. James. A beautiful, methodical drive. Wasted close to 9 minutes of clock. To give to House. Breaks off a tackle and driven down by Sailor Stewart.
And the Broncos still having some pride, still trying to make those tackles, still trying to get a stop, going all the way down to the wire.
Second and goal with 9 yards to go. What do you think if it's fourth down for the Thunder in the goal line? Do you think they'd go for the field goal, or do you think they'd try and cash in and take it away?
Considering Broncos have to score twice, I'd say go for the field goal, but field goal can also lead to some mistakes because they've missed 2 extra points, that is.
To give again and stopped again. Jake House, again another give, and the Broncos are going to use a timeout. with 2:39 left to play in the ball game. It's third down and a goal for the St. James squad that has 9 yards to get to the end zone. But the Broncos will look to try and stop them here when we come back after a word from our sponsor.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Brendan Bolin, Matt Jones. And Mill Valley just scored with how much time's left on that one, Jonesy?
It's in the fourth quarter. It doesn't say a time.
Talk about an offense. Max Piva, Blake J, that combo in the backfield, lethal.
That's a team that's just kept getting better after that Olathe West loss. They've really poured it on the last few weeks.
And Blake J had to transition from a receiver to a quarterback. Third down and 9. Third and goal with 9 yards to go. It's a keeper for Hornbeck. Brooks Byer can't get him at the legs. Hornbeck still on his feet. He's wrapped up at the 5-yard line. Took a mean hit from Braden Bell and Jace Thompson. And the Broncos will call timeout as Hornbeck gets 4 yards on that one.
And that's an unusual miss by Bayer. He kind of dove at him, thinking he was close enough. Just wasn't quite close enough for the lunge.
And we'll stay here on this timeout. 2.5 minutes to play. 5 yards to go on 4th and goal. If you're Coach Radke, what are you thinking here?
I mean, if it was me, it's hard to say because they've missed 2 extra points. So you know that Spring Hill's going to put the pressure on them. If you get the either way, you're up by 2 scores. Broncos have to score twice. So if it's me, if I had a reliable kicker, I'd probably kick the field goal. But a touchdown wins it. And if they don't score, the Broncos are, they're looking at 90-plus yards and they have to score twice. So, St. James right now in the driver's seat, they've got the options. They've got everything at their disposal right now.
And the Broncos are kind of just having to guess around at what they'll do, A, but also B, you have to understand that if St. James does score, then that puts a huge dagger in this game.
It really does. And, being 3 scores down is really tough when you only have 2.5 minutes left.
It's 4th down and 5, and for 4th and goal with 5 yards to go. They've got 2 in the backfield with Hornbeck, so they'll go for it. And the Broncos jump. So it's half a distance, but it's shorter field, so it's now 4th down and 3. Pretty much 3. That's definitely what you cannot afford to do. And that's what we've seen the Broncos do a few times. They get too trigger happy and jump offside.
Yep, they're going to live and die with the aggressive defense. That's what they've done all year. That's been their calling card.
So now it's 4th down to 3 yards to go. Hornbeck gives it off to House. Tries to go to the outside. He slips. Flag flies. And the Broncos are going to stop him, but there is a flag in the play. It's in the backfield, so I can imagine it is on the Thunder, and the Broncos will turn it over on downs. A big stop on 4th down with 2:28. The Broncos are going to get the ball back on offense. That's a big, courageous stand by this Broncos defense.
Courageous. I love that word you just used, courageous. I 100% agree. Just when their backs are against the wall, they're still fighting all the way down to the last minute, regardless of the outcome of the game, whether the Broncos go down and score and do something crazy. They live to see another day. Had the Thunder scored, game's probably out of reach, but now they got a small chance, but they got a chance.
A chance is a chance.
That's right. So you're
it's
telling
about
me there's
what you
a
can
chance.
do with it. So it'll be 1st down and 10 at their own 2-yard line. So definitely in some dangerous territory here. They've got their speedy receivers to the outside. And they'll give it to Kachaver.
I like
or
the
Mason
call.
Dotson, excuse me.
Get out of the end zone a little bit. Give yourself some breathing room. Opens up your playbook a little bit more here for second down.
Broncos go tempo. St. James trying to sub. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. And a false start is going to push the Broncos back.
Can't have that.
So back to the original line of scrimmage they go, plus an extra yard. Or it's half a distance, I should say. So we'll be back on about the 3 or 4 yard line. Put it on the 3. But a beautiful thing about that is Miller is able to go to the sideline and be able to get a play in.
Right.
2nd and 9. Back at their own 3 yard line. Trips to the near side. Miller has to escape. He'll roll out. He's got his man, but it's incomplete. Just a low throw. Trying to go for Riley McAvoy, the young tight end. It's 3rd down and 9.
And McAvoy will learn from this, but that's one where you got to help your quarterback out. And that's something St. James receivers have done really well. You got to come back and work back down the field to help your quarterback out to complete that ball.
Now, it's interesting territory for Spring Hill. I think you have to get a first down on this play, but if you're at the 4th down, what do you do?
That's not an ideal position to be in.
No. Especially when you're down 2 scores, you have to score on this drive. And Coach Bouchard will take his last timeout. And we'll take a timeout here, but we'll go picture in picture with you. As we'll keep it on the field, but hear from our sponsor at Elliott Insurance Group.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Back here out of the picture-in-picture break. And something interesting to note, Lebec County and Chanute are at dead set 0-0. This is the 3rd quarter, so.
Did not see that one coming.
Lebec County blocked a Chanute field goal attempt. So still 0-0 here. 26-14. Broncos deep in their own territory on 3rd down. Try for the reverse. Dotson is still on his feet. Cuts back inside. Mason Dotson up the sideline. Oh my goodness, the Broncos are alive.
Wow, that play looked like it could have been stopped 3 different times. And Dotson just using some juking and jiving, working his way down for a huge first down.
A big first down play. Broncos needed that one desperately, and they got it in the most unconventional way possible.
Sure was. Dotson having to tightrope 3 yards back in the end zone just to not go out of bounds.
And managing to get a big pickup there. It's 1st and 10, Broncos at their own 34-yard line. Man in motion is Dotson. Miller's going to throw here. He's got a man deep downfield. It's for Wells. Intercepted. Billy Burns knees it down, and St. James is going to walk away with a regional title.
And they're going to call in. They're not going to call anything because that's really incidental contact. The receiver and the D-back kind of ran into each other. You know, you could call that in some situations. In the NFL, it probably is called, but they're a little more liberal with the pass interference, in my opinion. But probably not going to see that called in high school football.
Man, oh man. And your heart just has to sink down if you're a Bronco fan right now.
And, you know, the people are upset, and rightly so. But, you know, you can't blame the game on the refs. There's some plays that are maybe questionable. Maybe. There always is in a football game. But, you know, credit to St. James. They dominated the line of scrimmage. They made the plays when it counted.
St. James will knee it down. Victory formation. The fans from Lenexa, Kansas are going to go and face the winner of Mill Valley and St. Thomas Aquinas in the sectional matchup. These two teams, they've only played, this will be the 7th time they've played all time. Their first matchup back in 2008, the Broncos won 41-13. Dave Koopman was at the helm, and John Muehlberger, who's still an administrator for the Thunder, played off in that matchup. The last matchup, 2013, the Broncos won that one by just a point. It was Tom Radke's 4th season and Anthony Orick's 5th season at the helm of the Broncos. He would only have one more season with Spring Hill. But here, their first matchup in 5A, St. James, when it matters most, is going to take this one 26-14. A big game for the Thunder. And for the Broncos, a magical first year under head coach. First-year head coach Fred Bouchard will come to a close here at home. Final score, St. James Academy 26, Spring Hill 14. And what a season it's been for this Broncos team who, again, just falls short in the regional game. We'll step aside for just a moment when we come back. Our Elliott Insurance Group postgame show will recap this and look forward to what's coming up next around the state and also winter sports. You've been watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Line, presented by Strode Orthodontics. Final score, Thunder 26, Broncos 14.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, and we'll be stepping aside here momentarily as the Bronco Band will play the Spring Hill alma mater. As Coach Bouchard encouraging his players to fill the section, and we'll step aside here as the band carries us away. distance. The cheers of the St. James Academy Thunder, who go on the road and take down the Broncos. They've won themselves another regional championship and are headed to play the winner of St. Thomas Aquinas and Mill Valley as we bring to you our post-game show here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Elliott Insurance Group. At Elliott Group, they believe building strong relationships with their clients and their community is the best way to serve them both, with offices throughout the area and online at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. Brenda Bullen, Matt Jones, Caden Carvalho here with you on the Elliott Insurance Group post-game show. And Jonesy just came up short tonight. It was a battle of, I'd say, momentum swings that definitely played a big factor in that. And unfortunately, the big season for Spring Hill comes to an end tonight.
And, you're right. There are a lot of momentum swings in the game, a lot of emotion. And, the Broncos fought to the very end. And at the end of the day, sometimes, that the other team is you could just get beat. There was nothing crazy that happened. We just got beat. And that happens. This is high school sports. And that's what makes this so exciting, is the emotion, the families, the kids, the seniors, the cheerleaders, the band, all of it. Just what makes Friday Night Lights so much fun. And it's been so fun this year. Every game's been, just exciting. Win, lose, or draw. It's been fun. Great to do this with you guys all season. So it's just been a great ride.
And you definitely could tell the fight that was still there for this Broncos squad when they stopped St. James on a long drive deep into that fourth quarter. They managed to get a stop with about 2.5 minutes left, and unfortunately Miller just threw a second interception tonight, and just some accidental contact that people definitely would have felt like they wanted a pass interference, but like you mentioned, it's just incidental contact that definitely, may have seemed like it could have been that, but definitely didn't go the way that the Broncos wanted tonight. But you got to love the fight from this team, and they showed that right there through all 4 quarters of the game.
They really did. And the improvement this team has made throughout the season, and just from this year, from last year, just, I think previous Bronco teams, this game might have got out of hand. And they fought. The coaches made some great adjustments throughout the game. It was hit for hit with the Thunder, and a lot of credit to the coaching staff. They're building a good foundation, and the seniors that led this team, you can thank them for just being a building block to the future.
Now, talking about the future, the United Kansas Conference, and thanking the Frontier League football for all the memories they provided us. And the Broncos again performed really well in their finale season. Just that Eudora game that definitely told the tale of how it went. But Frontier League is certainly a program or a conference that is certainly on the rise. One of the toughest to play in 4A because you're getting the best out of all those guys. And the Broncos, it's been fun to watch these teams, but unfortunately, it's time to move on and start a new chapter.
That's a new chapter. That's the way to put it. And playing those big schools all year, we're going to see some more teams with size like St. James. St. James definitely had more size than us. I mean, it was noticeable, especially at the skill positions. They were much larger, and there was just some plays where we just got beat by someone that's bigger and taller, and there's not much you can do about that. We're going to see that every week in and week out next year.
We'll step aside again for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll give you some scores from around the area, and we'll sign off for the final time here at the Shack. Final score, St. James 26, Broncos 14. Back with our Elliott Insurance Group postgame show right after this.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Back here on our Elliott Insurance Group post-game show here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Brendan Bolin back here with you. Matt Jones went down to be with his daughter, so we'll let Tim have that moment with his daughter and the Broncos seniors wrapping around and having their final moments with all their players, and they reflect and share their final moments together as a team. And we'll give you some quick score updates from around the state of Kansas. Of course, we know who is going to be in one of the regional finals at St. James, 26-14, the final score of that one. Basler Linwood takes down DeSoto in a big shootout, 35-28, an explosive fourth quarter. It's the top-seeded Bobcats to continue their run. They will, of course, host the winner of Leavenworth and Blue Valley North, which, let me see if we have that score for you there. Do not. Wellington 21, Rose Hill 14. Interesting game right there for you. And we'll go to K-Preps here or Preps KC, I should say. Scores in Kansas. Again, great coverage, of course. Bishop Miege, Oliver Tongi right now, 30-6 in the fourth quarter. Blue Valley North and Leavenworth all knotted up at 21 in the fourth quarter, 7:18 to go. Olathe Northwest defeats Blue Valley West 38-14, the final in that one. Shawnee Mission Northwest, a big comeback. They lead 31-24 over Lawrence Free State with 8:22 to play in quarter number 4. Mill Valley just 1 point over St. Thomas Aquinas right now, 28-27, 54 seconds left. Gardner Edgerton all over Olathe North, 63-21, 5:21 to play in quarter number 3. Olathe West is over Olathe South, 41-31, 3:49 to play in the third quarter. Eudora over Paola right now, 42-7, 4:48 left to go in quarter number 3. Ottawa and Piper in the third quarter. The Cyclones just lead by 6, 21-15. Of course, our score is on there. And that is all the scores we have around the area that we know of. Of course, be sure to check Preps KC Scores in Kansas on X or Twitter, whatever you call it, whatever you feel like calling it is. Wellington and Rose Hill went final at 21-14. Capon defeats Andover Central 62-0. The final in that one. Santa Fe Trail takes down Girard 28-0. So Girard will not continue in the playoffs. And it looks to be that all of our teams but Eudora will not be continuing their postseason coverage here on Varsity Sports Live. And we want to thank everybody here at Varsity Sports Live and all of our sponsors, the community, the fans for such an incredible football season. And I got Matt Jones in here. And Jones, any last words before we wrap this up here?
Just congratulations to the seniors. Like we said at the beginning, they laid the building blocks for the future, and a lot of credit to them. And it hurts now, but each and every one of them is going to look back, and the whole season they're going to look back, and they're going to have a lot of positive memories coming from this. And honestly, the lessons you learn in high school athletics and in high school in general, they're going to be able to take so much from this: the grit, the determination, and just a character building. And they're sad now, but they're going to learn and they're going to grow, and they're going to turn out to be, good young men.
Of course, and they've got a great head coach in front of them for year number 2, and I mean, the sky's the limit with this team and where they can go next year. But
right.
Unfortunately, now the countdown will begin for the 2026 football season, and of course, Jordan Miller leaving. We don't want to think about that right now, but just the young guys that we have on the roster right now, certainly we could look forward to. And one guy, of course, that jumps off is Brooks Byer, but that defense is relatively still young.
Right.
The offense, they're going to have a lot of new faces, so that's going to be something that's kind of the storylines we'll look forward to next year. But we'll dwell in on the final moments of this 2025 season. Winter practices begin November 17th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that sounds right.
November 17th is when first winter practices start, so the athletes have about a week off to rest up and replenish and kind of just reflect before winter sports start November 17th, and then first games begin December 5th right here on Spring Hill Sports Live. We'll be in Eudora taking on the Cardinals, a talented Cardinal squad that had a lot of talent on the both boys and girls side. Of course, Jonesy, you'll be at Olathe Northwest busy with the wrestling team, but you'll still be here on Spring Hill Sports Live helping out with the wrestling coverage. And
that's right.
Of course, folks, you have to put up with me for another sports season. So
put up. That's not true at all. We get to enjoy.
I mean, I had so much fun last season in Emporia. Of course, there's a lot of seniors that graduated, but Jackson Bruce, the sophomore standout in his junior campaign, will be excited to see him. Jordan Miller will be on the basketball court, of course. And you look at the girls' side and what they did in the state tournament in Emporia. They finished 4th. They had to play a close game with May South. They had a tough game against Aquinas, and then just another rough game against Andale. Great coach they had, or Andover, excuse me. They had a really great coach they had, but Isla Herman looks to be spearheading this team. You can't forget Elsie Sprague and Coach Husa, Tuttle, whatever you want to call her. They'll be back. Coach Bouchard, Connor Bouchard, spelled Bechard, will be leading the boys program once again. I'm excited to see how the basketball season goes and wrestling season even. Bronco boys look to be ready to go.
That's right.
Of course,
Bronco.
Tucker Wingeter
Yep.
on the wrestling mat, of course. But we're excited for the winter sports, and unfortunately, as this fall sports come to an end, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, all of our sponsors, the community, everybody who tuned in tonight and throughout the duration of the season. Owner and president, CEO, BJ Harris, the boss man, who is in Girard. Thank you for keeping me on track. I definitely appreciate it. To Caden Carbajo behind the camera, excited to have him joining me this coming winter. Matt Jones, I appreciate you like always. I'm excited to see you next year. And I've been Brendan Bolin signing off for the 2025 fall season of Bronco Sports here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. We'll see you next month. As always, go Broncos. Have a great night.
From the gridiron to the hard court, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at Varsity Sports.